I remember there was a time when we was kings and queens, prophets and rulers, judging the earth. But now we stuck at the bottom of the totem pole. Where did we go wrong as a people? I think our people need to understand this with a wake-up call and find out what's going on.
Early in the mirror, it gets no cause we don't understand our own selves, drowning in be a king, selling out for this mean green cream thing, paper chasing, but done got lax and letting the devil console us. We in captivity because they hold us. Working hard with heavy burdens on our shoulders. Man, I thought we were some soldiers. Second that I look, we getting.
Welcome to Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. I'm Priest Quatazat. To my left, we got Priest Zionala.
Shalom.
All right, we're located at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 6 to 9, and Saturday, Sabbath class from 10 to 2 p.m. And also we have our kids class on Sundays from 11 to 12 p.m. Okay? We should be getting that kids class started back here pretty soon. Sometime here in September. If you're in the San Antonio area, we have a school at 4219 Centergate Street, San Antonio, Texas, 78217. We also have a location in Albuquerque, New Mexico at 501 Northwest Copper Ave, 501 Copper Ave Northwest, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 8710, and I'm missing the last digit for the zip. Okay. Let's see here. Go watch our live classes at Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge on YouTube. All right. We also have our ISBHPK cable show that comes on every Saturday at 8:30 to 9:30. You can watch that on Comcast local channel 17. Excuse me. Or you can stream it live on hmstv.org. All right. So that's for our cable show. Also, let's see here. You can watch our ISB HBK Kids class, which is pre-recorded. Okay, you can. There's a YouTube channel for that also. All right. So if you have any children under the age of 12, you can get them to watch that. If you have any questions, if you need to reach a teacher during class, you can text only during class, 303-557-8979. That's for my number. For Priest Kazakia, you got 281-707-2737, and then you also have Priest Thahawam. He's at 832-941-2443. Come on in.
I have something for you, and I don't want to interrupt your.
Oh. What's that? Oh, it's for me?
Mm-hmm.
Did she get it? All right. Also, what we have, if you're in need of a garment, all right, the sisters do make garments, okay? So you got to hit them up on Facebook under Israel Wear for whatever garment you may need. If you need armbands, headbands, fringed shirts, fringed pants, whatever you need, they'll make them. You just got to hit them up on Facebook under Israel Wear. They're also collecting garment money monthly, okay, for the Passover garments. So they're collecting Passover garment money monthly. That way we stay on top of it, we stay up to date with that. They also do Unity garments all year round, so you can hit them up on Israel Wear to get the details about that. Okay. Speaking of and for Passover, we're having like our Penny Wars contest. All right, where we have 2 jars that it's a contest between brothers and sisters. Whoever gets the most pennies win. So we're trying to raise money basically for the Passover, which is coming up here. It's like 6 months away, but it sneaks up pretty quick. It's in April. We're already in September. Yeah, it's about 7 months away. All right, so let's get ready for that. For donations, any form of donation is welcome and needed. Any form of contribution. We got brothers in Trinidad, they need books, they need apocryphers, they need dictionaries, they need Bible Zondervans, they need Bibles, they need apocryphers, Babylon Timbuktus, they need books. So if you want to donate to that, we just got a bunch of apocryphers in. Those came in yesterday. Our brother, the brother fringed up, young brother. He sent us a $50 gift card to Amazon, so I was able to buy some apocryphers. So I'm gonna get those sent down to Trinidad. So brothers got some apocryphers down there. Okay, so yeah, whatever books you can send. If you want to give any monetary donations, all right, we have a Wells Fargo account under Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. All right, and the number is 101-580-6167. We also have Google Wallet, and you can send anything there to isbhbk@gmail.com. All right, so, and whatever you want to send for the school, it's all needed, it's all welcome. It all goes to a good cause. It all goes to helping to further educate our people. Okay, so we definitely, whatever you can send it to the school, 8524 South Braesville Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. All right, books, pens, papers, cars, clothes, computers, it don't matter, canned goods. Again, we had the storm with Harvey, so whatever you want to send for that to help people out in the Houston community, we'll do that also. All right, so with that, we'll wait for everybody to log in. I'm sending the link out right now, and we'll take whatever questions y'all have. So while we wait for them to get online, does anybody in class have questions? Okay. We'll wait for everybody to get online then. You said what?
Like, is this the 8th or 9th month? 9th.
60.
What are you talking about? According to what calendar?
The one that we use here.
Oh yeah, September, yeah, it's the 9th month. Shalom, everybody online. Yep, shalom. That's big old viewing. Shalom, brothers and sisters, viewing from Frederick, Maryland.
Yes, the brother that comes through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the bro from Maryland. We're just waiting for everybody to get online. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I broke it up. That's like the last scripture. How y'all feeling?
Oh, great.
Yeah? Y'all good?
Hallelujah.
Happy to be here.
Oh, my.
Happy for another day. The Most High has blessed us with, right? Galatians, let's go to Galatians 3 and 10 real quick. So what do you want to know about Galatians 3 and 10? Let's see. Galatians 3 and 10. So what is it that you want to know about Galatians 3 and 10? He said, could you help me with Galatians 3 and 10? Oh, if someone brought that out on me? You should be bringing that out on them. Ain't nobody going to bring that out on you because it proves that we're supposed to keep the law. But go there real quick. Go to Galatians.
Galatians chapter 3, verse 10. For as many as are the works of the law are under the curse. For it is written, cursed is everyone that continueth not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do them.
Yeah, they wouldn't even.
No.
Ain't nobody gonna bring that out on you. You're gonna be bringing that out on somebody. But see, read it again. It says, read it again.
For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse.
Right. So when you're under the curse of the law, what was the curse of the law?
Yes.
Like if someone's, you see where we're not supposed to keep the law. Yeah, Galatians 9 is not saying that we're not supposed to keep the law. Galatians 3 and 10 is not telling us that we should not keep the law. What it's telling us is that when you're trying to keep the law to the T, you're under the curse of the law. So, what was the curse of the law? The brother said it. The curse of the law was death. But see, Paul came back and said, cursed is any man that what?
Cursed is everyone that continueth not in all the things which are written in the book of the law to do them.
To what?
To do them.
To just read them?
To do them.
They're done away with?
To do them.
Yeah, see, this is showing that, and we're going to read down, but this is showing us that there's a curse of the law. The curse was death. But see, Paul was coming back to say, you're going to be cursed if you don't do the things that are in the law regardless. So you got to do them first. Because we know, and we're going to read down, we're going to see what he was saying. Read verse 11.
Verse 11. But that no man is justified by the law in the sight of the Most High.
Go ahead.
It is evident, for the just shall live by faith.
Right, because faith without works is what?
Dead.
It's dead. So you're not going to be justified by the works in front of the Most High. By just your works only. It says the just shall live by faith. Go ahead.
And the law is not of faith.
Yeah, because the law is the works. The law is the doing of something. You see that? Faith is the substance of something hoped for but not seen. Go to James 2:18 real quick, and then we're going to jump back. Well, hold James 2:18. Let's finish this point. Actually, go to James 2:18. It makes sense. So what Paul was saying here was, yeah, this is not a scripture that they will pull to tell you not to keep the law. This is what we will pull to show them, yeah, you gotta keep the law. And this is why. Because now you don't have to die in keeping it. Read James 2:18, just on the point of verse 12. Go ahead.
James chapter 2, verse 18.
Go ahead.
Yet a man may say, thou hast faith,
right?
And I have works.
Yeah, a man might say, I got the faith. Another man might say, well, I got the law. Right? Go ahead.
Show me thy faith without thy work.
Yeah, like show me the law without faith, and show me your faith without performing the doing of the law. Go ahead.
And I will show thee my faith by my works.
Yeah, I'm going to show you that I have faith by doing the law. That in doing, I'm actually establishing my faith. You see that?
God.
He said, what is faith? Like, I know we have to believe and trust, but I really don't know what faith is. Go to Hebrews. Well, let's do this real quick, and then we can jump to that. let's finish this out. Let's finish this point that we can figure out what faith is, according to the Bible. So he said, I'll show you my faith by my works. So Paul was letting us know what? That your faith, that your works establishes your faith, and your faith establishes your work. If you have faith in the law, then what you going to do? You're going to do it.
God.
Right?
God.
If you do the law, then you're building your faith to continue to do it.
God.
So it's a hand-in-hand thing. That's what Paul was trying to show us. Go back to Galatians 3.
Galatians chapter 3, verse 12.
Go ahead.
And the law is not of faith.
The law is not of what?
Of faith.
Go ahead.
But the man that doeth them shall live in faith.
What does he have to do?
Live in faith.
He has to do
with
it.
them. It's a lot.
He has to do the law. You can't just believe that the law exists. You have to actually perform the doing of it. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law.
You see that? Now when you jump back to verse 10. For many as are of the works of the law are under the curse. So as many of us that do the law are under the curse of the law, you jump down to verse 13, it says Christ has redeemed us from the law. Read on.
Being made a curse for us.
He did what?
Being made a curse for us.
Yeah, he became the curse. He hung on that tree. He took on the sins of the world, of Israel, and got up on that cross and bared those sins. Go ahead.
For it is written, curses everyone that hangeth on a tree.
You see that? Curses every Christ hung from a tree. The wood was the cross was made from wood, which came from a tree. So Christ redeemed us for the curse. Go, yeah. You see that? So this scripture is not telling, nobody can pull this on you and tell you to use this to not keep the law. This goes right along with Matthew 5:17, where Christ was telling, think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. I've come not to destroy, but to fulfill. This goes right along with the scripture that you would show someone that they need to keep the law. Because when you go back to Galatians 3 and 10, read that one more time.
Galatians chapter 3, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse.
Right. For as many people that are doing the works of the law, they're under the curse. Why? Because the curse. Because what does the law do? What was the law? What was the purpose of the law? What was it supposed to do for us? Go to Romans. Let's go to Romans 7. Go to Romans 7 and verse. Oh, let's start Romans 7 and verse 7.
Romans chapter 7, verse 7.
Go ahead.
What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Is the law sin because when you performed it and you didn't do it right, you died? Read on.
God forbid.
God forbid. Read.
Nay, I had not known sin.
See, you wouldn't even know what sin was. Go ahead.
But by the law.
If the law wasn't there to show you. See, this is what you pull out on them next. You show them you wouldn't even know sin if it wasn't for the law. So how could you stop keeping something that's showing you the bad and help keeping you straight? Read on.
For I had not known lust.
Go ahead.
Except the law had said, thou shalt not covet.
You see that? You wouldn't know what lust is except for the law said it. So if we jump back to Galatians 3 and 10, right? Because you want to know what faith was. Where you at? You got anything? You got
Oh, yes,
Hebrews 11:1. Yeah. Go to Galatians 3. Go back to Galatians 3 real quick.
Galatians chapter 3, verse 10.
Go to verse 12.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And the law is not of faith.
See, the law is not of faith, because why? The law is something that you're supposed to do. As far as you can actually perform it and not have to wait on it and hope on it. And not act like it's not there. The law is there for us to do, for us to execute it, for us to carry it out. So the law is not of faith. Jump to Hebrews 11 and verse 1. Let's see what faith is.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1.
Right? And this whole chapter in Hebrews 11 it basically goes over what faith is, but this first verse tells you exactly what faith is. Go ahead.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Right, so faith is the substance of things that you hope for. Go ahead. Things that you want. Go ahead.
The evidence of things not seen.
Yeah, but you haven't seen it. You haven't seen it happen yet. Go ahead.
For by it the elders obtained a good report.
Right, so faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We see the law. We don't have to hope for the law, we have it. We see it, we do it. We see if we don't perform it, what happens? Most High judge you, right?
Gone.
We don't have to sit back and think like, damn, am I going to get judged for not keeping the law? No, the Most High is going to do that. You ain't going to have no hope in that or no faith in that. That's just going, that's a given. You ain't going to have faith in the law. You just do it. You do it or you don't. But either way, there's going to be some judgment. Right? Where you at? Hebrews?
Hebrews 11.
Go to, so faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. Let's see here. Jump to verse 6.
Verse 6. Verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
It is impossible to please him. You can't please the Most High without faith. You know why? Because the Most High is the evidence of things hoped for. The Most High is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You ain't never seen them, right? Who here has seen the Most High? No man. But we hope, and we know that He exists through the things that we have, through the scriptures, through the law, through the brotherhood, the sisterhood. We see Him work every day, right? But ain't no man ever seen Him. But you still have that faith that He exists. You have that faith that He's with you. You have that substance of things hoped for. Go ahead.
For he that cometh to God must believe that He is.
Yeah, you got to believe in the Most High. Why? Because you ain't never seen Him. You have never seen the Most High. So you have to automatically just either have faith or don't. But see, the beautiful thing is, when you read through the scriptures, and you read through the law, and you look at the prophecies and things that have happened, think about Noah in his time. Because it's going to go into Noah anyway. But think about Noah in his time. When the Most High came and told him to build an ark. And it ain't never rained on the earth. It never drizzled a raindrop ever on the earth. And somebody comes and says, man, build an ark, put all the animals in it, come and flood the earth. Don't you gotta have faith? That's faith. Because you're like, okay, I'm hoping that when it does rain, I'm not gonna get caught up in it. So let me do what the Most High says. Y'all get that? Read on. Yeah, verse 6.
Must believe He is, and that He is the rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. Verse 7.
No. Yeah, go ahead, yeah. See, He's going to tell you right here in verse 7. Go ahead.
By faith, Noah, being born of the Most High, of things not yet seen yet.
Yes. You see, he said, by faith, Noah being warned of God's things not seen as yet. Being warned of God of things not seen as yet. What was he warned of?
What?
He was warned that it was going to rain. He was warned that it was going to rain and had never rained on the earth. So by faith, Noah being warned of God of things not as yet, not seen as yet. Right? Go ahead.
Moved with fear.
Yeah, go ahead.
Prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world, and became heirs of the righteousness which is by faith.
You see that? So Noah never, by faith, Noah was like, well, I'm going to just do it. Most High said it, I'm going to do it. You see that? The substance of things hoped for. The substance was the rain, but there was no evidence of it ever being seen. Y'all get that? Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. So Noah hoped that it was going to rain. That's why he was building the ark. He hoped for the rain. Right? If you want to use what is the thing that he hoped for? What was the substance? It was the rain. What was the evidence of the thing that he never seen? The flooding. Y'all get that? That makes sense? So that's what faith is. Hoping and believing in things that in something that you haven't seen. Having the hope and belief in something that you haven't seen. That's what faith is. So if you jump back to Galatians 3,
This is a definition of faith. This is from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. It says, firm belief in something for which there is no proof. But what I like about this definition is this is the world's definition, because it says there's no proof. But one thing that the Most High does daily, he shows us in situations in our lives and past histories. Once again, like this Hebrews is talking about, Hebrews 11, about Noah, about Abraham, about instances where the Most High came through for them in their faith, of them having faith. Another definition of faith is, let me go back, and this is actually just from Wikipedia, it's basic. It says complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So when you have complete confidence, there's no wavering, there's no wishy-washiness, there's no lukewarm like it says in the scriptures. It's 100% devotion to that specific thing that you have faith in, that you believe that your works or whatever this person has promised to you will come true. So that's the definition of faith.
Go back to Galatians.
Galatians chapter 3.
You can start verse 12 again.
Verse 12. And the law is not of faith.
Yeah, so once we understand what faith is, we know the law is not of faith. You don't just sit back here and just believe it and not do it. You have to actually do something. Go ahead.
But the man that doeth them shall live in them.
Right. The man that do the law, you're going to live in it. You're just going to have this faith in it. You're actually performing the doing of something. So hopefully that cleared that up for you. But yeah, nobody's going to ever use Galatians 3 and 10 to show you not to use the law. Or that the law's done away with. Because that right there, it tells them that they will be cursed if they don't continue with all the things which are written in the book of the law to do them. So they wouldn't use this one. If you need anything else on that, let me know. Sister Mary.
Well, it's kind of like what's going on right now. And it's called, they will say, there are some things only God knows.
Right.
So what you would, what's really going on now, about the flood and everything.
Yeah.
So, his disciples that is come from 24:1. The temple and other buildings would all be destroyed.
Right.
Disciples then asked him, when would all of this happen? And they also asked him, when would he return? And when the end of the world come? After telling the disciples what sign, remember he said sign, they should look for. He told them that no one really knows but the Almighty Father. And what it means, although Jesus told his disciples that there would be some sign.
Right.
What's going on?
Right.
Sign that would occur to let them know that the time of the end was near. But no one, not ever, he or the angels know when the end would come or when he would return. Only
Right.
the Almighty knows. Okay, what it applied to. Live every day as though it could be the last day before Jesus returns. But to be prepared to keep living each tomorrow if he does not return today. Never forget that no one but the Almighty really knows when the end will come. Therefore, ignore anyone who say he knows. So it's what's really going on today, but I try to tell people you get the signs.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're getting all the signs, but like the scriptures say,
You can't.
the scriptures say the Jews require a sign. But at the same time, with all those signs, yeah, no one knows if that's dealing with the end time. No one knows the day or the hour, except for the Father. So yeah, with the signs there, look at all the destruction.
Yes.
Look at all the wars, rumors of wars.
You're just saying it's a mess and it's sad and stuff, and I know what's going on.
Right. Yeah, we know what's going on. We see it. We know that our salvation is nearer than we know.
We have to prepare. We all need to prepare for everything else. Like,
Right.
they were supposed to prepare for Halloween.
That's the thing. We prepare for everything else, but not for our salvation.
For the salvation.
Right. No, you're right. That's that's real. What's up, bro?
Yeah, that's just like the that's the faith. That's the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah.
I mean, because we believe and we know that Yahushua is going to come back, and we believe and know that all the prophecies are going to be fulfilled. But we hadn't seen all of them yet.
Yes, yes.
But we have seen some. But our hope is in this.
But see, the thing is, it's like, I look at it like this, man. If you've seen a few,
You've seen them all.
what other fit? Nah, not that you've seen them all. Like, do you really need faith? Why not just say, I'm in there?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Well, you gotta see them all.
yeah, why do I need to see everything to believe when I've already seen some major stuff that the Bible talks about happen? The whole Deuteronomy 28 chapter is happening. It's happened. What else do I need? You know, I might as well just lock it down, study, and just carry on. But see, our people don't think like that. Not all our people think like that because they get faithless. Because then they start to wonder, the end is taking too long. Why is it taking so long? I've been studying, I've been getting my mind right, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, I've been in that mall, I've been teaching, right?
John?
And they look up and it's 30 years past and they're like, damn. They lose faith because it didn't go as fast as they wanted it to go. Things didn't happen on their time. You see? But that's why it's in Ecclesiastes. Go there real quick. Ecclesiastes 2. There's a question online, right? So you got to make sure that we don't lose the faith. Go to Ecclesiastes 2 and... What is it?
14, the lost faith.
Yeah. 14.
So,
Go to start at verse 12.
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Woe be to the fearful heart
Go ahead.
and faint hands, and the sinners that goeth two ways.
Go ahead.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
Right. But see, this man, at one point he believed. Then he got faint-hearted, and then he stopped believing. So destruction to him. So we got to be careful of that, because the end times have been going on since Christ was on the earth. That was the beginning of the end.
Right.
So you got to think about that. Think about how many generations have passed in that time. The whole point was to stay steadfast from birth to death, right? But men get faint-hearted.
and the definition, once again, to truly understand what the meaning of faint-hearted is, the definition of faint-hearted, with some synonyms, means a word that has the same meaning is timid, nervous, easily scared, fearful, or afraid. So this person is easily shaken.
Yeah, because they go through their battle, right? They're strong. They go through their little bit of affliction, and then what happens? They peel off. They get double-minded. They get faint, right? They feel like they don't have to go through it. Go ahead and read on in Ecclesiastes.
Therefore shall he not be defended.
Yeah, the Most High is not going to defend that faint-heartedness, that double-mindedness. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience.
Yeah, it's going to be destruction unto you that lost patience. You lost faith. Patience worketh faith. Go ahead.
And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you?
Yeah, what you going to do? When the Most High said, how come you didn't stick to your first love? How come you didn't stay patient? How come you didn't stay faithful? So we got to be careful. We got to be careful to not lose our faith, not lose that hope in the Most High. Just because we don't know when the end is, or we haven't seen it. We can't lose the faith. That's the whole point. The faith now for us, the main thing is what? Getting our minds right. So you're doing everything in faith that when the Most High does send, when Yahushua does come, you're going to be going along with him, right? That's the hope. The hope is that if I put my trust in this book, when Christ comes, I'm going to go with him. So we got to make sure not to lose that hope. Because Christ is going to say, okay, well, you didn't continue to do things that was going to get you that ride. So why should I take you? You didn't continue. What else we got online? We got a question. Shalom, how to handle a situation where someone pressing breeches in Leviticus 10 was for underwear only, not pants. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the linen breeches, get that black dictionary. I'm gonna get that black dictionary. How to handle a situation where someone pressing breeches in Leviticus 10 was for underwear only. Yeah, because let's go to scripture too. Gotta go to scripture. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So linen breeches, they did have a functionality. So let's go into it. Go ahead. Where you at?
This is well, let's read up.
Read whose verse? Yeah, let's go there real quick. So I can just...
Leviticus chapter 6 and verse 10. Somebody can get that, please. Leviticus chapter 6 and verse 10.
I remember this. I wish I would have brought it with me. I remember back in the day, Kazak had dropped some precepts about this on us, talking about, like, We were talking, it was somebody had asked, like, is it lawful to wear shorts or something like that? And I mean, basically, when you go into this, what the breeches were shorts. But go ahead. Leviticus what?
Leviticus chapter 6 and verse 10.
All right, who got it? Got it? All right, go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 6, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
The priest shall put on his linen garment,
Right.
and his linen breeches shall he put upon his flesh,
Right.
and take up the ashes.
You see that? So the priest was going to put on his linen garment. And upon his flesh, he was going to put his linen breeches. But there's another precept. Because there was a time when the priests, they didn't wear the breeches. All they had was the linen garment. And they had nothing under it. So the breeches were made. What you got?
Give me Exodus chapter 28 and verse 42.
What's the definition of breeches that you got?
This is coming out of the Zondervan Bible, Pictorial Bible Dictionary.
Uh-huh.
This is page 225. This is under dress. It's under dress. It's on the right-hand side of the page, column, right-hand side of the column. It says the inner tunic or underskirt, which in cooler weather the male members of the Oriental family wore next to the body. But I'm going to drop down one. It says it was not usually worn when the weather was warm. The King James Version refers to such undergarments worn by priests as breeches.
What they call them what?
Breeches.
Undergarments.
Breeches.
No, they call them undergarments.
Correct.
Undergarment, right? What you got for breeches? Because think about it. Even when you in England or London, the word for pants is what?
Breeches.
Breeches. Right? Breeches. Put on, it says, get your breeches, boy. They say here in America. Breeches. Right? But, see, it was even different back then. Even when they wear the breeches, they wear their pants and they tuck the sock. So it comes to the pants itself still comes to about right here.
All right.
The breeches. Because they have the sock that goes in it, and so you see the pants, it cuts off at the knee or around the thigh area. That's that old school, like early 1900s dress code. But where we at in the scriptures? Oh, what you got? I'm sorry.
In the dictionary, breeches, a garment worn by men covering the hips and thighs.
Yeah, so think about that. A garment worn by men covering their hip, from their hip to their thigh. Go ahead.
Less properly used in the sense of trousers.
Yeah, trousers. They call pants trousers here, but think about boxer briefs. They go from the hip to about the thigh. What you got?
Exodus 28, verse 32.
Yeah, let's go to Exodus
42.
28 and verse 42.
And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their nakedness.
Go ahead.
From the loins even unto the thighs they shall reach.
Yeah, because the priests underneath their tunic, or they will wear like the long robe, but they had nothing underneath that. So the Most High said they got to make linen breeches. And I had a whole little thing. But make them linen breeches under their underneath their garment. So, Jasmine, let's get back to her question. Was she saying that? What was the question saying?
She's saying, how do you handle a situation where somebody pressing breeches in Leviticus 10 was for underwear only, not pants? Question.
Oh, okay, yeah, they were underwear only and not pants. Well, let's see. Think about what breeches were. Let's look at them. Breeches basically went underneath a priest's garment, right? Right. Well, that's why I said it was using. Right. But then let's see here. Read verse 43 in Exodus.
And they shall be upon Aaron,
Right?
and upon his sons,
Right?
when they come in when they come in unto the tabernacle of the congregation,
Mm-hmm.
or when they come near unto the altar to minister in the holy place,
Mm-hmm.
that they bear not iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever unto him and his seed after him.
Yeah, so this was talking about the dress code of the priests. You know? So this was part of that holy garment. I mean, the Most High didn't want brothers that's out there free balling, rolling commando. I mean, it would, I mean, you gotta think about it. You got a robe on, and then you just swinging. I mean, come on. You want to, tuck that in, keep that close to the body.
Right.
So he made the linen breeches to cover your nakedness. That way you wasn't just, he wasn't out there like a kilt. Them cats be wearing the kilt, the skirt, they're just butt naked underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. You got to think about it. Anything could happen where you want your back. Curve your loins. There's something else that I'm thinking about too. But I mean, if you look at modern day breeches now, what are they? They're shorts. Modern day breeches are just shorts. If you look at it.
Now they're getting shorter and shorter. I was talking about that in the morning.
Yeah, now they're getting shorter and shorter for guys. They don't even go down to the thigh. They go up to like the hip flexor.
Oh, cats are rolling them up.
Yeah, they go from the hip to the hip flexor. To where your leg bends in the little crease. That's where they go for guys now. They're not even breeches. They're hipsters.
Draws.
They're basically thong draws that guys roll around in. Speedos. That's what they cast is run around in Speedos. But a modern day breech or modern day breeches, they will resemble, if you had something to equate them to, they would look like shorts that came down to about the thigh, like right above the knee. Because it was a big debate, like should we be wearing shorts, and should Israelite men wear shorts? That's like, should an Israelite man ever wear a hat? Ever? It's these different things. I don't know a man that prays and prophesies 24 hours of the day. Right? But I don't have a concordance. Hold on.
She's asking, where they go with the concordance definition.
Well, let's look and see what it is. Hold on. Oh, okay. Battle mode. Where were you just at? Exodus?
I was at Exodus 28, verse 43. I just completed.
28 and verse 43. Let's look up what the strong riches. Yeah, the Strong's definition says underwear, drawers, trousers. Listen, a priestly undergarment of linen. This is the same thing, 4370? 4370? Yeah, I'm in the Strongs. You got the Strongs? Yeah. Yeah, drawers from concealing the private parts, breeches. So, I mean, the Strong's definition goes along with the Bible, though. So there kind of isn't really any battle. I mean, what's the actual... Yeah, what's the actual thing that's being said? Because we know why the Most High said make linen breeches to cover their nakedness, because without the breeches, they were basically naked. They were naked under their garment, under that robe. You go to the Strong's definition of the word breeches, it tells you underwear. So underwear, but then when you look at the word underwear, right? This is underwear. He's wearing it under something, right? It's a shirt underneath something else. That could be considered because you're wearing it under. But we know the underwear your bras, your panties, your drawers, right? Drawers. So, what's the actual conversation? Like, what's... Because the Strong's definition goes along with the Bible. So, if you can clear, be a little bit more clear with that, so we could definitely get that for you. On the wheel. Is it true Hispanics have the DNA of Esau in them through rape of Indian women? You gotta think about that question. Who determines your nationality? Your father. So, unless your father's getting pregnant, no. True Hispanics don't have the... If you're talking about Hispanics on the 12 tribe side, are you talking about like Spaniards from Spain? Is that what you're talking about? Let's clear that up. But if they're on this sign and they are what their father is, then no, they don't have the DNA of Esau. But if you're talking about the Spaniards, like Christopher Columbus, Spaniard, Rome, France, like that, yeah, they're Esau. At the end of the day. Yeah. But if you're talking about somebody on this sign whose father from generations down was an Israelite, the DNA can't be breached. Their DNA can't be changed, or their nationality won't be changed because you are what your father is. But I mean, if you really look at the question, if a white man rapes a black woman and they have a kid, then yeah, that kid is going to get both DNAs. Is he going to be an Israelite? No, he's going to be an Edomite because of his nationality of his father. But the DNA, you start going into that, it don't matter. It's all about the nationality because you don't know how much DNA of one person he got. But yeah, DNA is going to be there. I think we all got mixed DNA. But that's why the nationality is always determined by the father, because that's what keeps your nationality is what matters, not your DNA. So I mean, yeah, who's pure-blooded? It's hard because of the way the world is set up through rape, robbery of the slaves, the Native Indians. Yeah, the DNA is polluted, but the seed is not. So, yeah. Hispanics on this tribe, some of them do have Edomite DNA. There's Judites with Edomite DNA. Esau done raped everything. Your dog probably got Edomite DNA in it. Esau done hit everything. The animal kingdom got Edomite DNA in it because Esau be sleeping with his snake and with his donkey and with his horse. Right? Oh, man. It's wild, baby, when you think about it. You got to think about that. But yeah, if you're dealing with DNA, Esau's DNA is everywhere, man. What if they throw me the concordance of the word breeches? Oh, she said it right. Yeah, the concordance of the word breeches says exactly what it is, but that goes according to the Bible. So it don't really change anything. I want to know what that conversation is about, though. Yeah, underwear only and not pants. Man, I went down to New Orleans a few years back to meet a guy from Guatemala, but I would have swore he was from Cameroon or something. He looked African. The light-skinned Hispanics are not. Well, see, wrong. Because listen, I know a brother he's darker than me. I know a brother that works in the mall. This brother is dark like this microphone. He's an Edomite. Because his dad is a French white man. His mom was an African. He took on her DNA of skin color. Yeah, that'll make him, he's not Ham. He's just dark like one. He's darker than me. That dude's so dark. And I was talking to him, and he's like, my dad's a white man. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, my dad is French, from France, white man. That's my grandfather and his grandfather and all the way back. His daddy just happened to sleep with and marry a dark African woman. And he took that DNA, whenever the genes split and did all the stuff that DNA does, he just came out dark as hell. That's it. I know another dude that you would have swore he was Mexican. I swear this dude was a Mexican. And I started talking to him, and I know him for a couple of years. Started rapping to him. He was born in Puerto Rico. He grew up in Mexico. His dad, Frenchman, white French. You go through it. His grandpa, French. He just happened that his dad works on a cruise ship, on one of those Caribbean cruise liners. He's a head chef. So he met his mom, whatever. They settled in Puerto Rico. They raised this kid in Mexico. But if you didn't talk to him, you swear he was just regular Mexican. You swear he was Issachar. So we can't judge by skin color. What's that?
A sister I met, a girl I met, she wanted to know where she was at on the 12 tribe chart.
Yeah.
I asked her where her parents were.
Yeah.
She said her mom was Cuban and her dad was mixed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, where are your grandparents? She said, my grandfather's white and my grandmother's black. So that makes her dad an Edomite.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you're not on the chart.
Yeah. You just, you ain't on there. You're part of the 18 nations, but you ain't part of Israel. Yeah, I mean, how many celebrities y'all gotta look at and know that their mom is black, their dad is white, they look black. Tia and Tamara, right? They're Esau.
Chili from TLC.
Chili from TLC. She's not Judah. She's Elam. She looked black, right? Wentworth Bentley, the brother from Prison Break. You know why I call him a brother? He looks like a white man. His daddy is darker than me. His mom is white.
Which one is that from Prison Break?
The brother that had all the tattoos on him.
The genius.
The smart one.
The banker.
The one that broke his brother out.
Oh.
That went to jail. He's white. But he's actually Israel.
What?
Yes, his dad is black. Dark. Judite.
He's gay.
Oh, yeah, he's homosexual. Yeah.
He caught that seat.
Yeah, he's just homosexual. But yeah, I mean, if we're gonna judge by skin color, then none of us ain't worthy. Ain't none of us dark enough. It said Christ's skin was black as if it burned. Ain't none of y'all black to the crisp. So y'all gotta stop with that madness, man. Y'all gotta stop trying to judge people by skin color. Stop doing it because you don't know you're judging incorrectly. Go to Isaiah 11:1 real quick. See, you're not judging through the Spirit of Christ. If we judge in skin color and DNA. Everybody swore Mariah Carey was white forever. Right? Came out her daddy was black. She's like a white girl, don't she? Everybody swears, you know what's crazy? Everybody swears Amber Rose is black. Yeah. Her dad is white. Italian Edomite, and her mom is black. And guess what? She don't associate with black. Just so y'all know that. Y'all can lust over her all she wants. Yeah, her mom is black. Tiger Woods. He don't want to associate with no Negroes. His daddy is black. Don't call him a Negro. He hates you for life. He don't want to be associated as an African American. He's other. Until he gets into problems, and the only people that want to embrace him are the African Americans. So we got to be careful when we judge by skin color. Read that, Isaiah 11:1.
Isaiah chapter 11 and verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him.
Right, so this man had this, speaking of Christ, he had the Spirit of the Lord on him, right? Go ahead.
the spirit of wisdom.
The spirit of wisdom. Go ahead.
And understanding.
Go ahead.
The spirit of counsel.
Go ahead.
And might.
Go ahead.
The spirit of knowledge.
So Christ wasn't all weak and flimsy, floating through clouds, looking like a little hippie. He was mighty. He had the spirit of knowledge. He knew all things. Go ahead.
And of the fear of the Lord.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And shall make him of quick understanding.
See, the Spirit made him of quick understanding. Go ahead.
In the fear of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes.
Yeah, see, if Christ did like the way y'all do and judge by the side of your eyes, none of us be worthy. He'd look at us and be like, man, y'all ain't worthy. Just off one sight. Forget about skin color. You just see all the wickedness in you. You're like, you ain't worthy. But see, y'all judging off skin color. Y'all judging off skin color and not judging the way Christ judged. Go ahead.
Neither reprove after the hearing of his ears.
Oh, you got it? Oh, see? My bad. It's Romans, right? Yeah. Yeah. Read that again.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And shall make him of quick understanding.
Right.
In the fear of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes.
Yeah. See, we get really bad at that. Judging off the side of our eyes. Like, as soon as you see somebody, you're like, oh, yeah. It's a black man. That's a white man. She's Chinese. She's this. She's that. How about the chick that, how about the Chinese girl that grew up in Venezuela? Speaks Chinese. Speaks fluent Spanish. I didn't know what she was. She swears she was black. I didn't know what she. I said, "What are you?" Because she looked Chinese. She's speaking fluent. How about the chicks from Madagascar that look Chinese?
Oh, listen.
Right? They're from Africa.
He said they were African.
They speak Chinese, whatever language they speak in Madagascar, and French.
German.
And German. They look Chinese with a dark little complexion. Like, what? You gotta ask, like, what are you? And then when they start telling you, like, yeah, my dad is this, my mom is this, you're like, damn, you're African. You look like a Chinese, you look Chinese, just darker. You look like a Filipino.
Right.
But if you just judge them, like, oh, that's just Moab, oh, that's just a filthy heathen, that's just this, that's just that, you get it wrong. So we gotta get better at being more like Isaiah 11 and getting more out of Proverbs, 3? Is the way that seem right? Yeah. Go to Romans 8.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 16.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 16.
Go ahead.
The Spirit itself beareth witness that with our spirit.
So, see, and then after you, even if you can't determine sometimes a person's nationality, because some people don't know who their daddy is or who their mommy is. I run into a lot of people. I'm like, man, what's your nationality? They're like, I don't know. I don't know what my dad is. I was adopted. I was this. I was that. See, after a while, the Spirit will bear witness of who is the Most High's. Their spirit and the spirit of this Bible are going to either match up or not. Right? It's either going to be a dividing or it's going to be a meshing. So the Spirit bears witness. Go ahead.
That we are the children of the Most High.
That we're the children of the Most High. Okay, Jasmine, this is real simple. This is real simple. So what you show her is obviously Deuteronomy, right, tells the woman not to wear what pertains to a man. Right? And then you show her the scripture that who are the breeches created for? They were created for men. They were created for the priest. They were created for the priest. It wasn't like a let's go back real quick. So this is the thing. If you go by a strong definition, breeches are just underwear. So why would you wear your underwear out in public? That's what you ask that lady if you want to go by the Strongs. It says underwear. No person in their right mind should be wearing their underwear out in public, even though they do it, right? So, that's the thing. If you're underwear, you don't wear your underwear out in public. But besides that, they were underwear that were created for men. So even if you decide to wear some breeches, you got women that wear like boy shorts, cuts, right? They wear man's boxers in the house. But even if you're doing that, you ain't gonna take that into the public, so nobody's gonna be able to see that anyway. Breeches and pants are two different things.
A man's pants is made different. It's made different
Than a woman's. They're cut different.
So they cut different. Now, you know what I never had noticed until this lady told me it about 3 years ago.
What's that?
A man's shirt is buttoned different than a woman.
The buttons?
But the buttons.
Like the man's side, like if you do a shirt, you can tell the difference between
Than a man's and a woman's. It's cut different.
that, and then the buttons are on different sides. Like the
Different
man's will be
sides.
on like the
I
left
never
side,
had
and then you can
noticed
tell
that.
it's a woman's shirt if the buttons are on
The right side.
the right
Yeah,
side.
because a man's buttons are here. Yeah, yeah.
Even when they
Man, I didn't really know that. I just know it's a cut.
Strange, you know?
It cuts different. At the back, you know.
Put your hand behind.
Yeah.
Throw that out. I said, well, my goodness.
Cause that, but it's showing you that everything ain't made for everybody.
So
Everything is not made for everybody. Even the pants. Listen, even the pants that they make for women, even though pants ain't made for women, they still cut them different. They still cut them different to fit a woman's body.
Yeah, but a man have to have that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gotta have room. Right, he gotta have room. Right?
I know.
Well, not yet. Well, these days, a man don't need no. He just walk around in tights. He's walking around in jeggings.
Never in my life but your button is different.
So yeah, basically, if breeches are underwear, that's the first definition it gives is underwear. You shouldn't have your underwear out in public anyway, so this lady shouldn't be concerned about what the hell underwear you got on. See, people be concerned with the wrong things. People be concerned with the wrong things. What was the last scripture in Exodus you read? It was 39, 26 and 48.
28,
28,
42.
42, okay. 28 and 42. So we'll get back to that real quick. Yeah, but we gotta see what the scripture says. Scripture says that it was to cover their nakedness. Right? To the thighs. So breeches. Yeah. If we go by the definition, the Strong's definition, it says underwear, drawers. A priestly undergarment of linen. Can a woman be a priest? No. So guess what? It's not made for a woman. It's made for a man. So that definition right there, all you do is flip it and show them that it's not made for a man. A woman should not wear that pertaining to a man. You see that? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I'm getting your question right. Is it for women? It's for a woman who want me to wear pants again, or inquire why I don't need. Yeah, see, that's crazy. Somebody trying to tell you to break the law.
Put you on some jeans, girl. Everything tight.
Short fit.
Christopher, I'm gonna get your question real quick. Let me just answer this one. It says, if the Most High made man and women at the same time and called them Adam, according to Genesis chapter 5, who really was Eve, considering Eve can also mean snake in Hebrew? Thank you, Shalom. Well, when you understand the Genesis breakdown, because it is a breakdown, Eve was just a woman that the Most High took from Adam's people. When it said he was created from the rib, she was taken from his kindred. Nothing more, nothing less. She was taken from the kindred of Adam. So she was taken from the people. Let's see here. Put that here. Get that. Yeah, Genesis breakdown is important. It's very informative. It clears up. Once you go through it, it clears up a lot. Let's see. Genesis. Hold on. Got it right here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what we want? We want yeah. Get that real quick. You've never seen that Eve's name means serpent. So we want Genesis 2 and verse 21. Genesis 2 and 21.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 21. And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
Right.
And he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
So the Most High calls a deep sleep. So he put Adam in that dream state. He was having dreams and visions. Right?
Come.
I need to go through these breakdowns a little bit more sometimes. But yeah, he put him in a dream state. Go to he took Adam's rib, right? Did you read the whole 21?
Adam, one of his ribs, verse 22, a woman and brought 23, and Adam, this bone,
right,
and flesh.
But we know that. Read verse 25. So, I think Eve had. He didn't pull a rib out of this man's chest. Your ribs do what? It protects your internal organs. So the Most High was going to leave Adam to leave you alone. We got to think about it. Genesis chapter 1, Genesis chapter 2, Genesis chapter 3 is written symbolically. There's heavy symbolism. Okay? Go to 1 Samuel chapter 5. Yeah, it was a question. Because, was he asking the question? Is her name mean snake? Oh. What'd you get? You could just look that up in the Strongs. Yeah, so we gotta remember that Eve didn't come out of Adam's body as far as his actual chest. No. What would be the point? Think about it. If the Most High just created Adam out of just the dust and just you're here, why did he just do the same thing to Eve? You're here. Right? What was the point of putting him to sleep? What was the point? Well, the point was to make it a stumbling block so people could be confused and not get the first chapter and then not even understand the rest of the Bible. You know, you keep those mysteries for the ones that want to actually get it. Yeah. Go to 2 Samuel 5:1. This is to prove that Eve came when it said bone of, he took the bone, right? He took the bone. Give me Genesis 29:12. You got that? And so read that first. Go ahead, Christian.
Genesis 29, verse 12.
Go ahead.
And Jacob told Rachel that he was her father's brother, and that he was Rebekah's son. And she ran and told her father.
Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when Laban heard the tidings of Jacob, his sister's son, that he ran to meet him and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him to his house. And he told Laban all these things. And Laban said to him, surely thou art my bone of bone and my flesh.
You're my what?
Bone and my flesh.
Because what were they? They were family, right?
Gone.
They're the same kindred. Now go to 2 Samuel 5 and verse 1.
2 Samuel chapter 5, verse 1. Then came all the tribes of Israel to David.
So all the tribes of Israel, all 12. Go ahead.
Unto Hebron. And spake, saying, behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
We are thy what?
Thy bone.
We came out of your rib?
Thy bone.
Wait. The Most High put David to sleep and plucked the rib out of his body?
Thy bone.
Go ahead.
And thy flesh.
You see that? So the Bible's speaking symbolically here when it talks about Eve coming out of Adam's bone or rib. It's talking about out of his kindred. They were of the same kin. Y'all understand that? I was looking at something.
Question.
Yeah.
Like how days how brothers they would say what's up brother like that, more like how
yeah, it was like we were all brothers.
Yeah, because like when they see another black dude, hey, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Yeah, we were like, oh, that's my brother.
Yeah.
Because we were all the same kindred.
No.
Go back to Genesis 2 and verse 23 real quick, and let's read that one more time.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 23.
Right.
And Adam said, now this is bone of my bone.
Right.
And flesh of my flesh.
So this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. And this is the thing, this is what you gotta understand. It said he took a rib. It didn't say he did a skin graft, right? Cut some skin off of Adam's booty and put it on top of the rib and made a woman. Nah. We gotta look at it. It said this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman. You gotta really think about verse 24. Why would it say, now therefore a man shall leave his mother and father and cling to his wife? You gotta really think about that. It was showing you the process that Adam took. It was showing you that Adam went through this process of manhood, where he was with his parents, went, got him a wife, and they did their thing. Like, the Most High was giving us the blueprint from the beginning of how a man should do things. You live with your parents, you get the wisdom, knowledge, you roll out. Go find you a life, make your own way. Go find you a woman, y'all do your thing. Be fruitful and multiply. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question on that one. What we got? Go ahead, what you got?
So just on the brother's question or assumption on Eve on Eve's name meaning snake? No, sir. So in the scripture, serpent is Nachash. Nachash is serpent. Eve's name actually means life giver, and that's Chava, Chava, which is life giver.
Yeah.
And I went through the interlinear Bible, Hebrew, Greek, and English. It translates every word in the Bible back into Hebrew. And as well, you can go into the Strong's concordance and understand what each word means in Hebrew and in the Greek. So Eve and the name of serpent is two different words.
I mean, the scripture right here in Genesis 3:20, it kind of basically says it. And Adam called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living. Beginning of life, right? Yeah. What time is it? 8:30? Listen, if you got more questions, just hold them until Friday. We don't get into this class. Hold your questions until Friday. Or if we finish with the class, I'll answer more questions. We're going to hop into this class real quick. So today is a Wednesday, so it's a women's class. All right, definitely is a women's class. So things that we do, things we must endure. Somebody give me Titus chapter 1 and verse 10. You can title this class. What I said the title of this class was? You said what? Commit or die? Submit or die?
Gossipers, tattlers, and busybodies.
Yeah, you can name the title of this class. Gossipers, tattlers, and busybodies. All right, so we're going to go into some scriptures about what to look for. What type of person is this? Why is this person around? What are they doing? What's their function? You know, in every instance, it doesn't matter where you're at. You're going to have a tattler, you're going to have a busybody, you're going to have somebody that's always murmuring, always talking about things they ain't supposed to be talking about, right? Always tattletaling, always up in somebody's business. That's the main thing. See, Israel's so quick to be in other people's business and not mind their business. You worried about somebody else's house, but your house is crumbling.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. It don't make sense. Somebody give me Titus chapter 1 and verse 10. Titus chapter 1 and verse 10 is a spirit that moves around, man. And what it does, the spirit isn't a person, that they go from house to house and they just drop their spirit off in that house, like a housewarming gift. And then it dwells and it broods and it jumps into another person. It's a spirit. So we gotta see where's this spirit coming from? Why do people have this spirit on them? Read where you at. Titus chapter 1 and verse 10.
Titus chapter 1 verse 10.
Go ahead.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers.
Yeah, there's many unruly and vain talkers. When you're unruly, you can't be told what to do. When you're unruly, you don't follow by rules. You're unruly. Like, now I gotta do that. And vain talkers. The things that come out of your lips, out of your pie hole, are of no value. The Bible said there are many of them. Go ahead.
Deceivers.
Uh-huh.
Especially they of the circumcision.
Yeah, especially y'all that know better. Especially y'all that know Jesus. Right?
God.
Think about it. It says especially those of the circumcision. Especially Israel, man, that know better. They know you shouldn't be backbiting, gainsaying, double talking, double tongued, talking about a man's house, talking about what a brother's doing, right? You got keep reading. Go ahead.
Verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped.
See, we gotta stop it. This is where it's stopped. We're going to end that conversation right now. Go ahead.
Who subvert whole houses.
Somebody give me the definition of the word subvert. Because this is the key word. Subvert. It says they subvert whole houses. So we know sub is to go under. Right? What you got, Christian?
I have, I Googled it, it said, Merriam-Webster, to overturn, to overthrow from the foundation.
Yeah, these women go in and they overturn the foundation of households. Or these people. They overturn the foundation of a household. Because why? They're unruly. They're vain talkers. They speak these things, right? It says their mouths speak great swelling words. They speak these things and make a person think like, damn, they're right. I want to see what that's about. Right? Check this out. Subvert. Undermine the power and authority of, because this person is unruly. So that's what their job is. They're to undermine the authority of that household. That was already laid down. I'm going to give you the synonyms of subvert. It says to wreak havoc on, to sabotage. Shalom. Jasmine, did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. If I didn't, let me know. It says to ruin. So they want to ruin whole households. Why would a person want to do this? Right? It says they want to weaken, damage, corrupt. This is a code. They want to pervert. They want to contaminate. They want to poison whole households. Why? Why would somebody of the circumcision, someone that got Christ, someone that knows how the Most High deals, why would they want to do this? What would be the motive of this person? What would be the thinking, the mind state? What do you think, Laura?
I think what they want to do is they're just being, their minds have to be idle for them to sit there and have a conversation about stuff that doesn't pertain to them.
You said they got what? An idle mind?
Yeah.
Okay. They got an idle mind. Yep. What you think, Samakaya?
I think they want to divert attention from their own faults. So they dip and dab in somebody else's.
They want to divert. I like that. They want to divert attention from what they got going on, right? They want to divert attention from them not being busy. That's the key. It's like, damn, that's a good one. Divert attention. So it says, who subvert whole houses. Think about that. They poison houses. They contaminate houses. How do they do it? Read.
Teaching things which they ought not.
Yeah, they teach things that they shouldn't. They open their mouths about things that they don't know nothing about. You see that? Their example is terrible. The things that they should be teaching, they're not. Read on.
For filthy lucre's sake.
Yeah, because the things they want to teach ain't for profit. They want to teach it for filthy lucre, for lust, to get people on their side in their argument, right? To get people to what's the word I'm looking for? To get people to agree, to agree with them, to side with them, right? It's like, man, let me spit this. Let me see what this sister thinks about this. Yeah, they want people to sympathize, right? They want sympathizers. I want somebody to sympathize with me. So let me see if the sister's gonna be on my side. Let me see what's up. Let me ask her a question. That ain't got a damn thing to do with me, right? It ain't got nothing to do with you. The question you're gonna ask, the teachings that you're about to bring, got nothing to do with anything healthy. It has nothing to do with building. But it's all about subverting and destroying this man's household or another man's household. See, and I'm going to say this. They might do it because they're idle. They might do it to divert attention. They might unawareingly do it. But see, the problem is, I like you said idle, because when you're idle, or excuse me, when you're not idle, you ain't got time to just do things unaware. Right? Because you're busy. You don't got time to be unaware of what you're doing. You're busy. It don't matter what. You're busy worrying about your house, how your house can build, the school. Right? Read on.
Verse 12. One of themselves.
Jump to verse 13.
Verse 13.
No. You skip. Oh, no, yeah, jump to verse 13.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
This witness is true.
Go ahead.
Wherefore rebuke them sharply.
Do nothing.
Rebuke them sharply.
Act like it didn't happen.
Rebuke them sharply.
Spare their feelings.
Rebuke them sharply.
Go ahead.
That they may be sound into the faith.
Yeah, we got to bring them back into the faith. We got to bring them back into the circumcision. So we got to rebuke, when we see this happening, we got to rebuke these people sharply. Not for my benefit, not so I can just wield scriptures, right? Not to show my scriptural knowledge and prowess, but no, so this person can be brought back into the faith, brought back into the charity, the love, the long suffering, brought back into not being idle, brought back into what? Putting the attention on their own imperfections and their own flaws. Y'all understand that? Go to 1 Timothy 5 and verse 11. 1 Timothy 5 and verse 11, you're going to take it to verse 13. Because we got to figure out, man, what type of person is this, though? What type of person? We know they're idle. We know they want that attention off of them. Or they might be looking for attention. But what type of person is this? See, because there's a mind state that comes with responsibility. Y'all, there's a mind state that comes with responsibility. And I say, what I mean by that is this. A woman that has children, what is she worried about? She ain't worried about somebody else's household. Right? A woman that's busy, that's not idle, what is she worried about? She's worried about her work, right? Getting her job done, getting the task completed. She ain't worried about what's going on in the next man's house, or what information she can spread around, or who she can get on her side to debunk scriptures, right? No, because that's the opposite. Yeah. Read 1 Timothy 5 and verse 11.
But the younger widows.
But the who?
Younger widows.
Who subverts houses?
Younger widows.
These young women without responsibility. These young women that are not busy enough. These young women that have issues that don't want the spotlight on them. I like that you said that, Samakai. That was beautiful. That was right on point. These young women that don't want the spotlight shine on them and their imperfections. It says they go through and they subvert houses. They poison. Right? They spread the negative. Like I said, it might be purposely. It might be by accident. But that means that this sister ain't busy enough. This person ain't got enough on their plate. It says, but the younger widows, go ahead.
Refuse.
Yeah. So this woman is supposed to be refused. She's supposed to be stopped in her tracks. Why? Read on.
For when they have begun to wax wanton against Yahushua.
Go ahead.
They will marry.
Right. Because when they begin to need and want, they're going to forget about the circumcision. They're going to forget about the faith. Y'all understand? Go ahead.
Having damnation because they have cast off their first faith.
What do?
Cast off their first faith.
Yeah, they have damnation. Now they're going house to house spitting poison. They cast off the first faith where the scriptures say about talebearing, tattletaling, murmurings, speaking on things that don't concern you, meddling in other people's affairs, right? Go ahead.
And withal, They learn to be idle.
They're what?
Learn to be idle.
Yeah, because this person ain't busy, man. This person's not busy enough in the work of the Most High. And then, but then the sad part is you try to get them busy, and they're like, no, I'm too busy. You try to give them work, you're like, nah, I'm too overwhelmed.
By the world.
Yeah, because the world, that's the damnation. My worldly affairs come before the Most High. But now you're damned. Read on.
Wandering about from house to house.
You see that? You so idle, you wandering about house to house, subverting entire households, uprooting the foundation that was laid down, poisoning, contaminating. I love that definition. Wow. Read on.
And not only idle, but tattlers.
Yeah, you a damn tattletale, a complainer. How can they get this and I don't? How can the Most High? Man, you ever notice that the Most High is blessing that person, but they don't deserve it? How come the Most High is blessing him, but he's off? First of all, it's not for you to determine if a man's off or on. That's for the Most High to determine. You don't know what his battle is, what his lesson is that he's supposed to learn. You don't know what the hell is going on with that man. If it ain't your man, right? It ain't your man, what you talking about. It don't make sense. So these people, like the scriptures say, they got to be stopped. Read on.
Also, and busybodies.
And busybodies. The definition of busybody. Give y'all that real quick. A meddling or prying person. A meddling or prying person. The synonym, a mischief maker, a troublemaker. I like this one. A scandal monger. A scandal monger. You know how the Most High calls men a whoremonger when he sleeps with a bunch of women? You're a scandal monger. You're hoarding scandal. You just building it up.
To the power.
Right? An eavesdropper. A looky-loo. Right? What was that? And then the definition of meddler. To interfere in or busy oneself unduly with something that is not one's concern. So it basically means you ain't minding your damn business. Right? You're not minding your business, but you're minding the business of others. But in a negative way. Because now you all up in the business, idle, house to house, spreading negative, uprooting families and houses and mind states, right? You're not doing it. You're not minding somebody else's business to be like, oh, sis, how can I help you?
Right.
What do you need? You like, how can I uproot, destroy, build, contaminate, poison? Because the scriptures do tell us to not mind just our own business, but the business of others. That's in a righteous way. Right. This person's not doing it in a righteous way. They're uprooting the foundations. Read on.
Speaking things which they ought not.
Yeah, you're talking about things that don't concern you. Things that don't matter. We gotta really be aware of this. We gotta be aware of this spirit, man. It's there. It happens. Sisters get among sisters. Sister get with a new sister, right? And what does she start doing? She starts asking questions that it might unknowingly subvert what this sister's husband already has laid down. Y'all get that? She starts asking questions. The young sister don't get it. You ripping up her foundation. You destroying what her husband laid down because for the mere fact that she's a new sister, she don't understand all. We gotta be careful of this. Go to Jude 1:16. See these young widows. You know why the Most High said to refuse them? Because this is what they do. These young widows, they don't have children to keep them busy. They don't have the husband that's there to keep them busy. Some of them do. But the husband might be off doing the work, busy. He's busy himself. These young women, man, their mind is not on the things of the Most High. Their minds are on the things of the carnal. Your minds are on worrying about what man is off, what man is on. How come they having babies? How come I'm not? How come this person is? How come they got 3 kids and I got 1? How come his fringes is longer than this? How come that sister, choose her gum like this? Like, they worry about things that don't matter. Read where you at.
Jude, verse 16.
Go ahead.
These are murmurers.
They're what?
Murmurers.
The young widows do what?
Murmurers.
They also do what? Read.
Complain.
Yeah, you complain about everything. Why you think the Most High ain't giving you nothing? Why you think the Most High don't give you what you want? Because all you're doing is complaining. All you do is complain. If it comes to a sister that, let's say we're dealing with a sister that wants to have a kid. Instead of complaining why you ain't got one and why everybody else does, why don't you help the sisters that got kids more? If you're helping, help more. Instead of complaining, get some practice. You know the Most High ain't giving you no kid, you ain't got enough practice in you. You're available to help, so do it. Get that practice. So that way when you become a mom, you're the best mother ever. Mother ever? Mother ever. Right? Get you some practice in. The Most High is trying to see, okay, there's kids around. If you ain't dealing with them right, well, I'm going to give you one of your own. So you can just destroy their life too? Or not be there for them, or complain that you got too many jobs and you're busy. I mean, think about it. If you're too big, if you got too many jobs and you're busy, that means you can't have a kid. A kid requires time, patience, long suffering. You can't judge a child because they're going to be messing up. Y'all understand that? Read on.
Walking after their own lust.
Yeah, they're only looking at the things of themselves, these young widows. They're only looking at themselves. So even when they do things subconsciously, or when they do things, it may happen subconsciously or not on purpose. Why? Because they're not looking at, when I say certain things, who's it going to affect? The things, or how it affects a person. The meat that comes out of my mouth, how is it going to wound a weak person's conscience? Right? You read about that in 1 Corinthians 8. When your meat offends, I will no longer eat meat. See, a young widow, she ain't thinking about this stuff. She's just thinking about her own lust, her own self, what she wants, what she needs at the time. And not, oh, how is what I'm going to say right now going to affect a younger woman's conscience? Or affect the things that have already been instilled in her. You see that? Read on.
And their mouths speaketh great swelling words.
Yeah, and nothing but great swelling words comes out of this person's mouth, man. Nothing but big talk. Right? Go ahead.
Having men's persons in admiration because of advantage.
Is that it on that?
Come.
Go to 1 Peter 4 and verse 15. We got to look out for this, man. We got to look out for this in ourselves. Sisters got to look out for this. You know why? Because this is the problem. And I'm going to say it straight up. And I'm going to speak regarding this camp. The brothers in this camp are always with each other. We do morning class, like 4 days a week, right? We do class in the morning. That's not recorded, but we do class in the morning. We have a business that we work at throughout the day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we come back for class, right? Tuesday and Thursday, we have drilling and scripture drilling and drilling for marching and workout. And then Sunday, we might even hang out. So brothers is always with brothers. So the things that we deal with are not to uproot and subvert, but it's to build a man's household, keep a man's household going, keep it sustained, make sure his mind is right so his family's mind can be right. That's what we do as men. The problem with sisters is this. Y'all got jobs that y'all have to go to, like the 9 to 5. You gotta go. But you know what that affords you? That the absence of going to that job is the spirit. Ain't nothing spiritual about your job. That 8 hours that you're there, you add the 1 hour in for the drive, back and forth, whatever. That 8, 9 hours that you're you at the job and all these demons is hitting you. There's nobody there to say, what's going on, sis? What's wrong with you? And look you in the eye and show you where you're off, where you're on. Iron sharpens iron. You don't have that. For 8 hours out your day, you don't got that. And then whatever other time your husband ain't around, you ain't got that. That's why it's so easy for sisters to tag team up and just start talking nonsense and talking about things that don't matter. Vain talkers. Girl, he does it like this in the bed, and you watch this TV show, and then on the radio, like all the crap that y'all think don't affect y'all, it does. All the radio that you give yourself to and TV, because, and this is how it affects, because a lot of y'all don't study. A lot of women don't have the time to study. When you're dealing with kids, when you're dealing with work, when you're dealing with the house, you don't have the time to actually dig into the book and get your brain clear. That's where your husband comes in. He's supposed to be able to figure out what's up with you, go in there, scoop it all out, brain scoops, right? So, what's that?
Oh,
what's up? Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
No, I said supposed to.
Supposed to, yeah. That's what we're supposed to do. We have the ammo, all the scriptures in the world, the understanding, the wisdom, to be able to lead about our households and be able to deal with our women according to knowledge. The knowledgeable thing to do, if you know your River's not being able to study all the time, you study to be able to answer her questions and get her mind right. But see, sisters, they got too much. Y'all got too many ways to escape the spirit. You can escape the spirit literally, and you got too much carnal around you, so you feed into it. And then when you get with another sister, it's just carnal, eat carnal, carnal and carnal, and then you just start talking crap. Literally, crap comes out of your mouth. Not pie, but crap. You just start talking things that don't matter, that have no value. They don't build a person. It's vain talking. Where you at?
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 15.
Go ahead.
But let none of you suffer as a murderer.
As a murderer, go ahead.
Or as a thief.
Uh-huh.
Or as an evildoer.
You gotta think about it. A murderer, a thief, and an evildoer. They're looked down as like scum, right? Like, you're a thief, scum. Cut his hands off. You're a murderer, put him to death. An evildoer, you just trash. But look what falls right into that category. Go ahead.
Or as a busybody.
Or as a what?
Busybody.
Yeah. Because you looked upon as a scum of the earth. When you're just meddling in other people's affairs and talking about what this man's doing with his rib and how ask a man's rib if she knows certain things about the other rib and this and that. Like, come on. I look at that as this scummy. Go ahead.
Because you are. Because, we come into the school to escape all of that. To escape those traits of the world. Because the world is ruthless. And that's what they teach on TV daily. That's what they have on, he's talking about the radio daily. Talking about, I'm going to steal your girl. I'm going to take this from you. I'm going to kill you. That's the world. A lot of times my mom used to tell me this. Whatever you put in is what comes out. You put in garbage. When we watch all these LA Wives, ATL, all these homosexuality TV shows that corrupt your membranes. Literally, it corrupts your spirit to the point when you start talking, you don't even understand what's coming out your mouth.
You start sounding like the faggot on TV.
Exactly.
But you see, what the difference is? See, I can watch all that. I can listen to any radio show. I can watch any TV show, and I can do it for hours. You know why? Because I got the backup. Because if I am watching something, the whole time in my mind, I'm like, damn, scripture. Scripture was just hitting me like, damn, scripture say this, scripture say this. And I'm checking the show according to the scriptures.
You're fortified.
My brain is fortified against all that vanity. So if I'm watching a show, I'm not watching a show solely for entertainment. That's the thing. I'm past that point of it's just entertainment now. Now I'm like, damn, okay. How many scriptures can I throw at this show to show how wicked it is? How many scriptures can I pull out of this song to show how garbage it is? Right. You see that? How many scriptures can I throw at your conversation to show you how vain it is when I talk to you? But see, sisters don't do that. Because for one, they don't back up their brains. Your brain is not backed up in the Bible. So when you do watch a show, what happens? You get caught up, you watch something and you hear something, you get caught up in the emotion of it. You hear somebody talk about something, you get caught up emotionally. And you don't back things up factually. So you fall into the trap. Because facts destroy emotion. Y'all didn't know that. And I say that because somebody what's that, Alexandra?
When you say caught up emotionally, what do you mean?
When I say, I was about to explain. You get caught up in the emotions of a situation instead of hearing the facts or deciphering the facts, meaning someone can come and start dropping some epiphany on you, right? And they start tearing up and breaking down. And instead of you saying, okay, well, let me make sure that what they're saying is according to anything factual, scriptural, you start breaking down with them. Now, next thing you know, you're caught up in the emotions of what they're saying and losing the fact of what they're saying. So the emotion got you tied up. They could be lying to you the whole time, right? And you just go with the lie. Not seeing that, where's the facts? That's why I say facts destroy emotions. The facts of the matter will make you be able to remove the emotion from it, and you'll be able to judge better. You'll be able to see things more clearly. But see, a lot of sisters, man, in here, but see, notice how it said those of the circumcision. We dealing with people that know the Bible. We ain't dealing with the world now. Today is no world day. Today is people that are of the circumcision. They know better. They know better. This is the point. They're supposed to know better. Finish where you at in Peter.
Or as a busybody in other men's matters.
Yeah. The scripture says don't suffer as a murderer, a thief, an evildoer, or a busybody. Because you look down on those things, you want to spit at that. Like, man, garbage. What about your business? What about the things you got going on? How about let's spread like the sister said, let's put the light on you and your issues, the way you deal with your husband. Not the way a man is dealing with his wives or wife, but how about the way you disrespect your husband? The way your pride buffs up so high you can't hear anything or be taught or be told. Well, 2 Thessalonians 3 and 11. 2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 11. Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 3 verse 11. For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly.
Yeah, see, these people are walking amongst us unruly and disorderly. Go ahead.
Working not at all.
But you ain't working. You're not putting your brick in for the Most High. I don't care about your jobs out there in the world. That's not what we talking about. We talking about what have you done for the Most High lately? Except for uproot the foundation that's being tried to lay down. Or excuse me, that's being laid down. What have you done? To come and be able to judge another man and say he's off, say this sister's off, this brother, this, that, this household, his rib, his that. They got this and I don't. What have you done for the Most High? That's what you got to ask yourself. That's what this person in this spirit should be asking themselves. What have I done for the Most High lately? Right? Go ahead.
But are busybodies.
Yeah, you ain't working, but you busy as hell. So somehow you ain't working, but you busy. Somehow you ain't working for the Most High, but you meddling.
Conjuring up negative thoughts about somebody.
Yeah, but it's more than conjuring. You throwing them out there. They already conjured. You just throwing them out there at other people. Go ahead.
Now them that are such we command and exhort by our Lord Jesus Christ.
Right. Go ahead.
That with quietness they work.
They're supposed to do what?
Quietness they work.
Go ahead.
And eat their own bread.
Yeah, with quietness. You're supposed to work with meekness and humbleness. And mind your own damn business. When it says eat your own bread, that's what it's talking about. Mind your own business. Unless you're minding the business of others to help and build and grow and not break down. See, we're going to exhort you, like the scriptures say. Exhort them through Christ to mind their business and eat quietly, work quietly, right?
God.
But this person's going to want to have to do that. Y'all got the disorderly. Yeah, it says there are some that walk among you disorderly. See, disorderly meaning lack order, or they lack organization. They're untidy. I like the definition. They're untidy. You messy as hell. You messy. All of other people's business. Right? That's what they say in the world, right? Girl, she's so messy. Right? We already got busybody and meddle. So you messy, meddling in other people's business that you ain't got no damn business in. That's the bottom line. Go to 1 Thessalonians 4 and 11.
First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11.
Go ahead.
And that ye study to be quiet.
This person should do what?
Study to be quiet.
This person needs to be quiet. The spirit needs to be quiet. Go ahead.
And to do your own business.
And do your own business. Worry about your own household. Worry about your husband. Worry about being in that pillar of rest. Right? So the evil woman does what? She pulleth down her house. Worry about keeping your house afloat. But see, this evil woman, she's pulling down her house. This young widow, these young widows, they pull down their house and they pull down the houses and the foundations of others. They pervert the foundations of others because they don't understand things. They don't take the time to ask questions. They don't want to study. Purposely, they don't want to get in the book on purpose. They come to class, they act like they know things, they're just sitting there, like, yeah, I know. Pride. Your husband asks you, what you think about class today, babe? And all of a sudden there's contention because you don't want to talk about class. There's strife. And all you can do is recite your notes. Go ahead.
Give me Job chapter 24 verse 13.
See, these young widows, they want certain things, but they don't want to do the things to get them. You want the Most High to bless you, but what have you done lately? What work have you put in for the Most High to say, yeah, you're granted the blessing? What studying have you done? What exhortation have you done? What building have you done? You barely know how to talk to your husband properly, but you want the Most High to bless you? You barely want to come around without being forced, but you want the Most High to bless you? And then you judge other people because they get the things that you want? You judge them incorrectly through your pride and arrogance? Why you think the Most High ain't blessing you? he's still looking at you like you young widow. You got a long way to go. You ain't gonna get nothing from me because you ain't doing you're not submerging your mind in a mentality that brings blessings. Right. You're not submerging your mind in it. We're gonna go into it. You're not doing the work. You're not walking worthily of a blessing. Where are you at?
This is Job chapter 24 and verse 13.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. They are of those that rebel against the light.
Say it again.
They are of those that rebel against the light.
So once again, the reason why you may not be getting blessed, you're looking all into other people's
houses, lives,
because you're a rebel. You're a
rebel without a cause.
Right. And what is a rebel? Let me get this definition real quick. One word, you're a terrorist.
Damn.
You're a terrorist to families. You're a terrorist to yourself.
You're a terrorist in these households.
Why? Because you don't even, in your own mind frame, you don't understand what your works are doing. Why is your mind deploying terroristic activity on families? Read.
They know not the ways thereof.
Yeah, because you don't even understand what you're doing. You don't even understand what your purpose is. You're so focused on everybody else and all what the Joneses is doing. Read that again.
They know not the ways thereof.
You don't know what's going on. You know the ways you're supposed to be, or the ways you're supposed to be acting.
Well, yeah, because you don't give yourself to Christ. How you gonna know the mind of the Most High if you don't get into the mind of the Most High?
God.
So, yeah, you don't know the ways thereof. The only ways you know are the ways you did things and continue to do things. Through carnality.
Right. The world.
Through murmuring. Through backbiting. Right? Through complaining. Like you complain your way to a blessing.
Right.
Complain your way to getting something from the Most High. That ain't gonna happen. Hell nah. You better put some works in.
Going against the grain.
You better get your mind right, get out that rebellious, because you're right, it is a rebellious mind state.
Finish it?
Nor abide in the paths thereof.
Yeah, you don't abide in the ways that you're supposed to abide in the ways of the Most High.
1 minute you want to be spiritual, the next minute you want to be super, super carnal, and 10 minutes later you want to be spiritual, and the other 48 hours out the day you want to be carnal. You don't stick to a path. There's no consistency about this person when it comes to anything spiritual. Y'all get that? Go to go back to 1 Thessalonians 4:11.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11.
Right.
And they that study to be and that ye study to be quiet.
But this person don't study at all. Else they wouldn't even be doing this. If you would study, you wouldn't have time to be in another man's house talking crap. Or sitting around a sister talking about her household. And not in a way of counsel, but in a way of putting negative seeds into her brain. See, if you were studying, you'd be able to study and talk about the things that you were studying. How many times we do that? We be hitting something, we study, we get together and say, man, I was reading such and such. Or what about you? You heard that scripture? We do that. It ain't for the camera. We do it. We live this.
We have a righteous conversation.
We live it. Are we perfect? No. But we live this. All right? We live it. And the point is, sisters got to start living it more to get out of this and get more into this. The book, the spirit. You got to live it more. You got to stop trying to escape. Stop trying to use your job, your kids, all this other crap to escape having to deal spiritually. Escape having to study. Escape having to talk to your husband. Escape having to be in class. Don't use everything else to escape. Read on.
And to work with their own hands.
Go ahead.
As we commanded you.
Go ahead.
That ye may walk honestly towards.
So when you go ahead.
Towards them that are without.
Right. See, this is the point. You're supposed to study to be quiet. Work with your own hands so you can walk honestly with the person. Not dishonestly. not ripping them to shreds with your negative.
Deceptive.
Not being deceptive, because this person you might be with it says they're without. Without what? They could be without understanding of certain things. They could be without food. You talk about what's going on in this man's house, but the person you with ain't got no food in their house. They want to talk about how can they get some food. You want to talk about what somebody else is doing. You see? We gotta learn how to walk honestly. These young widows, they have to begin to walk honestly. See, the older widows, the older, more seasoned, they're busy. What are they doing? All about their husband's needs, what their kids need, what their household needs.
Thinking new ideas.
Thinking about new ideas, innovative. They're living in Proverbs 31.
Proactive. Ambitious.
Right. They're proactive, they're reactive, they're ambitious, they're looking for new ways to create and build. But see, the young widow, she just moseying along, just uprooting whatever she can uproot, on purpose or by accident. But if it's by accident, it's because of a lack of study, a lack of work, a lack of things to do. Her husband might not be giving her enough things to do around the house. Who knows? But she ain't busy enough. But here's the kicker. When it's like, all right, sis, it's your time to get busy. Nah. It's going to be too much of a burden on me. Nah. I got too many jobs out in the world, so I can't do anything for the Most High. It's going to be too frustrating. When we say, listen, this is the way you walk honestly. It's like, nah, I don't want to walk honest. I want to keep walking dishonest.
My way.
I want to walk the way, I want to walk the rebellious way. I want to walk and kick against the pricks. Read on.
And that ye may have lack of nothing.
Right. See, if everybody walked honestly with one another, none of us would lack. Because it would be a hand in hand. A give and a receive. You need something, I got it. I need something, you got it. Give and receive. But see, those are some that don't walk honestly. There are some that walk more honestly than others. There are some that don't care to walk honestly. There are some that's like, screw all this. I don't want to do none of this. Right. I want to be rebellious, evil. I want to be a murderer. I want to do me, sit in the corner, go to the club, pop it, drink a few, get drunk, smoke a blunt. They don't want to walk honest. They don't want to do that. But see, when we deal with the walking honestly, there's works that the work is what makes a person walk honest. So what is this honesty? What work comes about? What do y'all think? What do you think, Christian? When a person's walking honestly, what are their works? What are their works?
Works could be studying, could be
right,
making sure that brother is doing good, sister is doing good.
Right. What do you think, Dr. Shia? If you're in a camp setting, doing stuff for the camp, what do you think, Jasmine? Well, doing stuff for the camp like what?
Check on brothers and sisters, or like if you have an apartment and stuff, make sure you keep that up. Or
right.
Ask and see if another sister, well, I won't say brother, no, sisters necessarily.
Don't check on brothers, right.
Check on the sister, make sure she's okay and she needs to.
But this is the thing. I'm gonna say this. There's nothing wrong with we do a group text here. There's nothing wrong with sisters saying shalom. Brothers, how y'all feeling? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong. Shalom, brothers, how y'all been doing? Because it goes into, do y'all brothers need anything? How can we be more of a help? You see that? But the young widows ain't thinking about that. They worried about the brother, but in the wrong way. They worried about how awful brother might be. Or how come a brother got this and they didn't get it. They ain't worried about how can we help this brother. For brothers, if you see that the brother's off, let me go to the brother over that brother to say, listen, I seen something, the brother might need help. But instead, you want to spread that to a sister like, man, that nigga's off. You see that? So y'all can sit there and talk about how off he is and not offer help? That's not walking honestly. Which is, yeah.
No, it's almost like what do you call when you help somebody, murder somebody?
You're an accomplice.
I'm an accomplice to murder because you know why? You don't give a damn to even see about what's the brother's issue. Or go to your husband. Listen, why is this brother acting this way? Or what?
How come this brother? I seen this brother do this. What do you think?
Right.
That man, if he's in the spirit, if he's in any type of realm to discern things through spirit, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, let me check into that, and he'll deal with the brother.
Right.
But see, sisters' conversations don't be on how we gonna help the things that we see that are wrong.
Right.
With other people, they don't even worry about how you're gonna help themselves. They don't. The sister said it. They want to take the attention off themselves. So if you ain't worried about yourself, you ain't gonna be worried about nobody around you. Finish up that Thessalonians.
You want verse 13?
Read verse 13.
Verse 13.
Right?
But I would have you
that you may walk honest. No. Oh, you're at verse 12.
Come.
Salaki. Go to 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 14. My bad.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 14.
So when you're walking honestly, there's going to be works that are accompanied with that walking honestly. Because it said that we won't be without, right?
Come.
So you're going to be doing works so that the people amongst you aren't without. Read verse 14.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 14.
Go ahead.
I will therefore that the younger women marry.
What does she need to do?
Marry.
Read.
Bear children.
And do what?
Bear children.
Go ahead.
Guide the house.
Yeah, build your house. Because some of these women, these younger widows, you ain't widows, man. You got a husband. You just young in the mind. You young in the mind, and you act like a young widow. You act like this juvenile. Some of y'all are married already. Some of y'all got children. But see, the point is you need to be controlling your household. Or, building your household. Right. We refrain from the word control because it's like, oh, I can dominate my house? Wow. And she doesn't give her husband orders. Shema, brother. Like, shut up, brother. Read it. It says, guide the house. Go ahead.
Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproach.
Yeah, they're supposed to be shutting down these evil conversations. They're supposed to be shutting down the backbiting, the meddling. You're supposed to intervene and say, nah, you ain't supposed to talk like that, sis. You're supposed to be the example if you're walking worthy. Jump to verse 10.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
Well reported of for good work.
Yeah, she's supposed to be reported of good works. Like the sister said, if she got a department in the school, her department should never, ever lack. Her department should be on point. Well reported of good works. She should be, when her department is 100%, go to the next sister. Sis, what y'all need help with? How can I help y'all? How can I be of assistance? Oh, I seen that this over here wasn't done right. Let me show you how to do it. Let me give you some advice. See, a sister that's really thinking,
that's focused.
When she's focused, listen, I've seen it. Sisters that be on point with the camp and the surroundings, they'll see that a brother is off. They'll call it. But what will they do? They go right to the man above that man and say, listen, I see this is what I see. I'm not judging. I'm not, I'm just letting it be known that this is what I saw.
Reporting the act.
Reporting. Yeah, they report.
Not judging the person.
Not judging the person, but reporting the act as they saw it. Right? Not gossiping, not being a busybody, but saying, hey, I was over here. I seen this. It didn't really look too right to me. I know I can't check the bro. That's why I'm coming to you. See, well reported of good works. This sister knows how to deal. She knows how to deal with brothers. She knows how to deal with sisters. She knows how to deal with her kids. She knows how to deal with others' kids. Because you do got sisters that take out their anger on other people's kids, right? That's terrible. You yell and scream at other people's kids because you mad at yours? or because you ain't got none. It's like, come on. See, this sister is well reported of good works. Read.
If she have brought up children.
Go ahead.
If she have lodged strangers.
See, she lodges strangers. Ain't nobody gonna ask her 50 million times if a brother comes in from out of town, can the brother stay over? Can you make sure that when the brother's over there, he got towel this? You know, we got brothers that come in from San Antonio, they gotta spend the night. She ain't, her husband goes to her like, hey, make sure that you set up the guest bedroom, the brother's gonna be there. She ain't sitting there bitching and crying about it, like, why he gotta stay with us? Why he gotta be with us? How come he can't go to that house? They got more bedrooms. Right? She lodges strangers. And then in our case, we ain't lodging strangers like in that capacity. We ain't just plucking niggas off the street like come sleep with us and tell our ribs to cook for them and wash their clothes. And no, it's brothers doing the work and they still complain. Go ahead. It be brothers that's doing the work that are, hey, I'm sliding through from San Antonio, I gotta hit Austin or something, or I gotta hit Dallas, but I gotta make a stop in Houston. Brother needs a place to stay. All right, hey, Shalom says I need you to, make sure that guest bedroom is good. Make sure the brother got towels, food, this. Why you gotta stay with us? Nah, that ain't the mind to have. But see, that's these young widows, because she don't want to be submissive. She don't want to be she don't want to be hospitable. She don't want to have to cook, have to clean up. She just want to do for herself. She don't want the light shined on her. She don't want nobody to be up in her messy ass house because she's too lazy to clean it. She know if brothers come over there, they're gonna see some of the imperfections that she got going on. She don't want it to be reported. She want to hide. She want, like when you read in Job, she wants to do what? Reject the light. Right? She wants to reject the light. Read on.
If she have washed the saints' feet.
Yeah, you're supposed to wash the saints. You're supposed to be there for your brothers. There for your sisters. Go ahead.
If she have relieved the afflicted.
Go ahead.
If she have diligently followed every good work.
Go ahead.
But the younger widows.
Wait. Stop right there. We already read that. Stop right there. That's verse 10. See, these are the works. If you're walking honestly, this is what this woman is doing. This is what this young widow should be building. She should be looking at the examples of the older sisters, the elder sisters, and build it up. No. Thought I made that clear. It's because I have a question. It says that widows lodging to strangers. Isn't a widow a woman that's not married? Yeah, but when you read up in the chapter, it's talking about this widow. She's basically attached to the church. So when she's lodging to strangers and taking care of strangers, they're attached to the church. Ain't no random man just running up in her house and doing it like that. But in the instance that I'm bringing it out in, I'm talking about a woman that got a man, but it's not the fact that she's a young widow, it's that her mind state is of a young widow. Whereas, go ahead.
She don't have the responsibilities.
Like she don't have the responsibilities of a older or elder sister. She don't have the responsibilities of a damn grown up. She's too busy being a big kid, right? You got those women that are married. They're not used to having kids, so they live the life of a bachelor. You got those married couples that lived up that single life somehow. They do single people stuff together, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You got people that do that. They do single people stuff together. You're always in the club together. That's a single person thing. They're in the club, but you always in the club. You might be there with your girl, but you always there. And why I say single people things together, because there's no kid tying them down where they got to be at home. Where they got to sit back and say, that who's going to stay with the kid tonight? Well, let's mess it up. I think I'll stay with the kid because she's older than the kid. So guess what? I'm going to stay home tonight. And then what does she say? Like, I love my family. I'm going to be home too. right? But when they ain't got that, it's like, babe, let's go to the club every night. Let's always go out to eat. Let's always not be home building. Let's always not be home studying. Let's always not be at class. Let's always be doing something else. Single people stuff. Right? Yeah, it's for both. It's for both. But I'm going into a mind state. It don't matter if these women are physically married or not. I'm talking about a mind. It's a mind state because this happens to married women with husbands, where they fall into the young widow category because they're young and dumb, because they're not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing to step up and elevate their minds into now an elder example, the correct example, walking worthy. Y'all get that?
Done.
Yeah.
No, it's just a thought that you were in the camp back in the day in Colorado.
Yeah.
When I was back there. You know how we had to huff and puff.
Yeah.
And be up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning and go to work at 7.
Yeah.
Pick up the malls and wait out there for 3, 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And do those rides and work 2 or 3 jobs. And we did it. And we had to plate our food right. Okay, it had to be cooked right.
Yeah.
Plated. We cared about what we did.
Yeah. There was a lot of care.
There was a lot of care. And that's the thing I see sometimes that's missing now.
Yeah.
Is that there's not that quality of care for women. Not only because I was working.
Yeah, yeah. I remember.
3 jobs at one point. There is not that quality of care to make sure that your husband is fed, to make sure your household is fed and cleaned, to be that lender and worker, that brings money into the home. There's just not that quality of care. And we had talked about it before the retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had our Iron Chef thing, you saw one team that put that, and I told them beforehand, I says presentation,
right?
Okay, and plating the food, okay. Well, the food was good, but one team outdid the presentation and the plating and how how they satisfied their customers' requests and everything.
Right.
The other team did adequate, okay.
Right.
And so when I thought about it, I'm like, this is supposed to be Iron Chef, but it's basically iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron, right.
So that one team that just put in mediocre stuff should have been learning from that team that put their all in.
Right.
And it's just not happening. It's just like, okay, well, I don't do it, it's because I work, it's because I have kids. We had all that. All that. Okay?
Yeah.
And so there's no excuse. It's a time management thing. And you can make time for those scriptures. It can be done.
And you know what was cool about Colorado? Oh my God, there was so many brothers that didn't have ribs. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot less ribs. So a lot more work was on them. As far as, well, this brother got a rib, this brother got a rib, this brother got a rib. There was a lot of brothers without ribs. There wasn't as many ribs. At least here, there's it's almost a rib to brother ratio, 1-to-1. Right? So everybody should be good. But yeah, she's right. That care. Because you know what it's about? I'm here in body but not in spirit. As long as I show up, that should be good enough. You should be lucky I'm even here. That's the mind, that's the thinking. Oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, but I ain't gonna do that. That's the thinking. I'm gonna give you the mediocre. Because guess what? I'm too busy talking about another man's household to put my all into my own house. At the end of the damn day.
We weren't perfect.
No.
We had to learn too.
Yeah.
But by the same token, we were more willing to learn and more willing to practice the righteous acts.
Right. See, man, listen. This sister's been around a long time, man. I'm talking about in a camp setting. I'm talking about in a camp setting. She's seen... How many sisters you seen come and go? A lot of sisters come and go. But the thing is, what she's trying to say is that it's not about even that you're doing something. It's the quality of how it's being done. Are you just doing it half-ass? The Most High said when you come to serve him, you put your whole spirit in. You exhort him as much as you can. Whatsoever you do, do it unto the Most High and not unto men. Do it unto the Lord and not unto men. So you don't do half-ass to Christ. You don't cut you in half. But basically, yeah, that's what you're saying. If I'm a half-ass to my husband, if I'm a half-ass to the saints, I'm half-assing it to Christ. When you fed me, when you clothed me, when you fed me that BS meal, right? When you sold my garment without care, right? God. You did that unto your brother, you did it to Christ. We got to remember that. The things that you do it wholeheartedly, you do it to Christ. You do it half-assedly, you do it to Christ. God. Where we at? Damn, time be flying, bro. This is terrible.
I finished.
Go to Jude 1 and 4. Get Jude 1 and 4. Ray, get James 3 and 13. Read James 3 and 13 first. Oh, wait. Nope. Ray, get Titus chapter 2 and verse 4. I'm sorry. I jumped. Titus chapter 2 and verse 4. So we understand that this woman and works, she should be well reported for her good works, right? Brought up children, lodged strangers. Read Titus 2 and 4. 4. Go ahead. Teaching other young women to be what? So read. Supposed to be grown into. Read verse 5. To be. Read. Chastity. Chase. Keepers at home. That's at the club on Monday. Keepers at home. You got to dinner tomorrow. Keepers at home. I just want to go to the movie. Keepers at home. You're supposed to learn how to be at home at some points. I say you can never go out. But keep your ass at home to make sure that it's still standing when you get back. Build your house.
Have you some meals prepped.
Yeah. Husband is starving. He dying of hunger. You out at the movies.
Good for 3 days. You good.
Right. Keep us at home, read.
Good. Obedient to their own husbands.
Yeah, because some of these sisters ain't obedient to their own husbands. It's sad that they'll be obedient to every other man. I had a brother hit me up about that. The other day. He was like, listen, I commanded this woman. He had to use the word command. It was like, damn, she ain't listening to nothing else.
Last resort.
You got to command your rib to not talk to no other men because she's not dealing with you correctly? Something wrong with this sister. Her mind ain't right. He had to order his rib to not deal with other men for counsel, for anything, because she wasn't obedient to him. How you going to be obedient to another man and not the man you sleep with?
That's backwards.
The man that's supposed to be guiding your life, building, giving you babies, but you obedient to everything else? Read on.
That the word of God be not blasphemed.
Blaspheme. Right, that the word of the Most High is not blaspheme. That you don't look like that you don't look like an unbeliever. What verse you at? Jump to verse 7.
Verse 7. In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works.
Yeah, see, this sister in all things is supposed to have a pattern of good works. And then that she does good one week and then she's garbage the next. And then she cooks a bunch of dope meals for a month straight, and the next month, since she's upset or in her pride or in a bad spirit, her meals go out, her meal care, her quality care goes out the door. No, you're supposed to have a pattern of good works. Go ahead.
In doctrine,
go ahead.
Showing uncorruptness.
So she's supposed to be studying, or at least trying to find answers to her problems. Go ahead.
Gravity.
She's supposed to be down to earth. Welcome me. But all I want to just go sit in my pride.
It's never that high statement.
Yeah, I just want to be prideful. It's never that. It's just that I don't understand. Won't you find the answer? She's supposed to be showing uncorruptness in doctrine, right? In doctrine, showing uncorrupted. You're not corrupted in the doctrine of Christ. Why? Because if you don't get it, hey, brother, I had a question on what you just said. Come on, sis. Oh, let's clear that up. But instead, you don't get it. You go sit in your little dark corner, run from the light, and you're the whole time Satan is like this doodling with your doodle, corrupting your brain. And then you start hating the Bible. Read on.
Sincerity.
She's supposed to be a sincere sister. She's supposed to have sincerity about her. She's supposed to really actually give a damn. And not just act like it or fake it. You ain't supposed to fake it till you make it. You're supposed to actually care. Read.
Sound speech.
Go ahead.
That cannot be condemned.
Yeah, nobody's supposed to be condemning your speech. You're supposed to be condemning the evil speech. You're supposed to be shutting that down. Read.
That he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed.
Yeah, so that a person that's against the sound doctrine, they're going to be the ones that's ashamed. Study to show thyself approved, a workman rightly dividing the word of truth, needeth not be ashamed. But somebody of the contrary is going to be ashamed. Because they can't back up their talk. Because this woman, when she's uncorrupted doctrine, and she got her mind, her mind is together, she's shutting down that sister that's hopping from house to house. She's hopping down the gainsayers, shutting down the gainsayers, shutting down the backbiting, shutting down the murmuring.
The conversation.
She's destroying all these wicked conversations.
Tattlers.
She's destroying tattlers. Why? Because she's speaking the oracles of the Most High. You read verse 8?
Last precept.
Go ahead.
Having no evil thing to say of you.
You see that? There's no evil thing to say about this sister. Is she perfect? La. Is there more she can do? Of course. But is she working to get to levels? Is she always steadily, year after year, month after month, improving? Come on. Because why? She's trying to walk worthily. She's trying to be in these good works. But see, the young widow that ain't trying, that don't give a damn to study, and don't care to have the conversation even about the Bible with her husband, this is where her works go. Her works ain't the good works. Go to Jude 1 and 4. This is where her works go. Read.
Jude 4. For there are certain men crept unaware.
Yeah, she creeps around unaware. No one knows what's going on with this sister. She just creeping around. One minute she's here, the next minute she's not. Up in this person's business, up in this person's business. She just be creeping. She a creeper. Read.
Who were before of old ordained to this condemnation.
Go ahead.
Ungodly men.
She's ungodly. Go ahead.
Turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness.
Yeah, she's like, oh, we all make mistakes. She's turning the grace into lust. Because we all make mistakes. It's like, I could just make all the mistakes I want. I could backbite and namesay and murmur all I want. Go ahead.
And denying the only Lord power and our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what's up, babe? What did you learn today about, what'd you take away from class? Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I'm tired.
Class time is over.
Class is over. Why we gotta talk about that now? Like, I'm trying to go to sleep. I got 8 jobs to work. She want to deny Christ. She want to deny these conversations. Read verse 10. Did you read? Yeah, read verse 10.
Jude 10. But these speak evil of those things which they know not.
Yeah, but you know what she's ready to do? She's so willing to speak evil of the things she knows not. You don't know a damn thing, but you want to judge incorrectly. Go ahead.
But what they know naturally as brute beasts.
Yeah, you only want to deal with the carnal, brute beast things that you see. You want to deal with the carnality of the situation. Because you don't know the spirit, you don't care to know the spirit. So you deal with the natural brute beasts of the situation. Read.
In those things they corrupt themselves.
And this is why this sister is corrupt. And this is why she'll stay corrupt. Read verse 12.
These are spots in your feast.
Where they gonna be at?
Spots in your feast.
They gonna stand out in the feast. We gonna see them. They're going to be a spot in the feast, a blemish. Because they're going to be around us. Think about it. When they say kick them out the feast, they don't belong. They're going to be at the feast. They're going to be there with us. They're going to be around us. Remember, it said those of the circumcision. Right?
Gone.
So it said there's spots at the feast. Go ahead.
Of charity when they feast with you.
Go ahead.
Feeding themselves without fear.
Yeah, they don't care what they put in their mouth. They don't care what they're doing. They don't care how they're doing it. Ain't no fear in this person. Ain't no love. They don't fear the Most High and what he can do. They just around with no fear, hopping house to house, talking crap with no fear. In all pride. Oh, my. You talk to him about a certain situation? Oh, yeah, my husband knows about that. He knows if he does that, then we ain't going to be together. Like, you can control something. What the hell are you talking about? Read.
Clouds they are without water.
Yeah. Unprofitable. A cloud's supposed to bring rain. Water the earth, things can grow. You just a cloud blocking my damn sun. You blocking the light. You making it a rainy day. You a wet, what they call it? You a wet blanket. You're annoying. Read.
Carry about of winds.
Yeah, you like that child tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine. 1 minute you feel this way, the next minute you feel this. 1 minute you down the road, the next minute you don't know. 1 minute you in tune with your husband, the next minute you arguing and talking crap. Trying to check him with scriptures. Go ahead.
Trees whose fruit withereth.
Yeah, your fruit is what? It ain't even grow yet. What fruit? You a young widow. You ain't bearing no fruit yet. Read.
Without fruit.
Go ahead.
Twice dead.
Yeah, your fruit twice died. It twice shriveled up and died. Go ahead.
Plucked up by the roots.
Yeah. See, you plucked up by the roots. So in doing that, and you being subverted, because this person is subverted themselves. They go through and subvert households. Get me 2 Peter 2 and 12. 2 Peter 2 and 12.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12.
Go ahead.
But these as natural brute beasts.
Why? Because they're carnal. There's no spirit in them. They want to be the natural brute beast. The natural man. The sensual man. Read.
Made to be taken and destroyed.
This is the end of them. They're supposed to be destroyed, be taken and destroyed. Read on.
Speak evil of the things that they understand not.
Yeah, you speaking again. Evil of things that you don't even understand. You sitting there talking about how a man is off and talking about this man's household, talking about how this man does this with his wife and how he got this and how they got that. But you don't understand even why they're in their position. You know why? Because you didn't wash the saints' feet. You ain't around for that. You ain't around to afflict to help the afflicted. You just want to criticize the afflicted. You want to criticize and talk bad about the saints. Instead of trying to help a brother, sister that you might deem as off or doing something wrong, instead of trying to help, you add fuel to that fire. Read on.
And shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
You see that? Because at the end of the day, your own corruption, your own wickedness is going to correct you. Where you at? Read verse 13.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
And shall receive the reward of unrighteousness.
This is your works. This is the works of this person that's not of this young widow that doesn't decide to get out of this young mind state. You're going to reap the reward of unrighteousness. Go ahead.
As they that count it pleasure to ride in the daytime.
Yeah, think about a person that rides in the daytime. Think about a daytime rider. What happens? You're getting caught. They see you. It's not really a ride. You ride in the daytime, you're going to go down. You can't run off and hide in the shadows. Read on.
Spots they are, and blemishes.
Yeah, you a spot and a blemish. You taking down this property value. Read.
Sporting themselves with their own deceiving while they feast with you.
Yeah, they around acting like it's all good, but in the back of their mind, they thinking all this evil. They thinking all this negative. They thinking about why this. They're just looking at more things to say why they doing this and why I ain't got it. You looking at more things to criticize. That's why you around. You ain't around to enjoy the feast of the Most High. You ain't around to build. You around to tear down. You around to subvert, to poison, to pervert. Go to Galatians, 2 Timothy 2:14.
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14.
Go ahead.
Of these things put them in remembrance.
Remember this one thing. We're putting you in remembrance. Go ahead.
Charging them before the Lord that they strive not about words to no profit.
Right. We let you know before the Most High and men. Cut it out. Stop it. These conversations of no value, talking about another man's household, talking about brothers talking bad about brothers, sisters talking bad about sisters. Stop it. Sisters being jealous over other sisters. Quit it. Read.
But to be subverting of the hearers.
Yeah, because when you have these vain conversations, you subvert the hearer. Because that hearer might be a brand new person with a weak conscience. You plugging them about, they're that seed that you're plugging out the ground.
You're supposed to be that positive representation, but you end up becoming a straight negative demon.
Yeah. The scriptures say one man plant, another man water. The Most High is going to give the increase, right? So one man planted the seed and you came and just plucked it out the damn ground. You're supposed to be watering it, but you said, let's get that out of here. With your vain garbage conversation. Your conversation of no value, no spiritual value. It ain't got no carnal value. It's just blatantly of no value. There's not even a carnal value in these people's conversation. You can't even benefit carnally from what these people are saying. At least if you're going to talk crap, show me how to get some money or something. Right? You ain't even doing that. You talking and you ripping up my foundation. You putting weeds in the flower bed that I was planted in. We don't need that around. Go to Galatians 1:6. I'm going fast because I'm going to get this out. It's going to come out. Galatians 1:6.
For
what?
Galatians chapter 1 verse 6. I marvel that ye are soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel.
See, Paul was saying, man, it's crazy that he said, I marvel. I'm wondering, like, how the hell are y'all going to be removed from the gospel, the first gospel, from Christ? Right? He said, I marvel not that you are soon removed, meaning don't be. Go ahead, read verse 7.
Which is not another, but there be some that trouble you.
Yeah, this person is here to trouble you. Because this person, this young widow, I already said it. Yeah. This young widow is here to trouble. They're here to cause trouble. They ain't here to build. They ain't here to say, Shalom, sis, I see that you've been going through some things. How can I help? No, you know what? They do that. That's how they come. They crept in unawares. Let's not remember. Let's remember. They come in. Shalom, sis, what's going on with you? Oh, he did that? Oh, he said that?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do that.
He didn't.
You need to leave that nigga.
Whoa.
You see that? That's what they do. They're here to cause trouble. Oh, sis, what do you think about that? What do you think about...
Well, you know I heard.
Well, you know I heard that such and such I did such and such.
Oh, with 3 crackers on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, that new sister, her whole mind is like blown. She's like, huh? That's what y'all do?
It's supposed to be God's house.
Yeah, y'all supposed to be godly. But they got the Bible. How do y'all do it? Like, what? Like, next you know, her whole conscience is just scarred. It has happened. It has happened. There have been sisters that have hung out with sisters for 2 weeks, a year and a half ago, they still trying to recover from the conversation. They still trying to recover from a conversation that happened a year and a half ago. Still trying to root that negative out of them. Because that negative runs deep. It happens. That negative seed, that little grain of negative, you just pitch it out there. Alley-oop. And it just latches onto a sister. A year and a half later, she's still like, damn, I don't believe she said that to me. She's still trying to battle with that. The new sister that she spit the negative to. Where you at?
Oh, verse 7. Which is not another, but there be some that trouble you.
Right?
And would pervert the gospel of Christ.
The word pervert, the definition means to alter, to corrupt, to subvert, I love it, and to falsify. Go to Acts 13 and 10. I only got a few more scriptures, so just bear with me. I know it's like 10, like a few more scriptures. Acts 13 and verse 10.
Acts chapter 13, verse 10.
Go ahead.
And said, "Oh, full of all subtlety."
These young widows are what?
All full of subtlety.
This mind state is what?
Full of subtlety.
Go ahead.
And all mischief.
Go ahead.
Though children of the devil.
Thou child of the devil. You a child of the devil. You're a deceiver. What's up? You a child of this scripture. You a child of the devil. Read.
Thou enemy of all righteousness.
You're what?
Enemy of all righteousness.
Yeah, they make themselves an enemy of righteousness. Why? Because they don't want to do the righteous. They don't want to walk worthily. They don't want to do the thing. They don't want to, like I said, wash the saints' feet, house the homeless. They don't want to do these things. They don't want to be subject to even their own husband. So now you're an enemy of righteousness. Read on.
Wilt thou not cease to pervert the right ways of the Lord?
Yeah, when is it going to stop? When the hell are you going to stop trying to pervert the ways of the Most High? When are you going to stop trying to engraft your way in? And try to get people on your side. Well, I don't believe that, so I'm gonna try to get people on my side. Guess what? It don't matter what side you want. It don't. Should your lack of faith void the faith of the Most High? God forbid. Should your non-belief void the faith of the Most High? God forbid. It ain't gonna work. So you might as well just quit while you ahead. Or you're gonna be that brute beast that's made and taken to be destroyed. So let's say this person is doing all this, and it's not intentional. Because you got those people, right? They do things unintentional. They're young and dumb, right? What about that? It's because what? They're idle, right? Or what else? What else y'all think? They do things unawares. A lot of times a person does things unaware. A lot of, over and over and over. Why? Who knows? It's because they were told? Oh. What do you think?
I would say if somebody keeps doing the same thing, it's because either they were told or somebody's scared to tell them that what they're doing is wrong.
A lot of times they're told, but in pride they don't want to change. Out of their pride, they're like, nah, I'm going to do it my way. So I'm going to keep making the same garbage mistakes. Go to Hebrews 5 and 14. They don't have, really what it is, it's not even pride yet, but it's because they don't have their senses exercised in how to maneuver. They're still a babe. They're still a baby. They don't have the senses to, damn, that's evil. They can't sniff out evil. So they just run to any old thing. It looks good until they run to it. They don't see they see the booby prize being dangled, but they don't see the knife behind the man's back. ready to stab them. They don't see the evil in the foreground, in the background, excuse me. They see what's happening in front. They take things at face value. Their senses aren't exercised. They're not experienced. Read Hebrews 5 and 14. Mm-hmm.
Hebrews chapter 5, verse 14.
Go ahead.
But strong meat belonging to them that are of full age.
Yeah, because these widows can't deal with strong meat yet. They're not of full age. Go ahead.
Even those who by reason have used their, even them by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Yeah, see, their senses haven't been used enough to be able to discern good and evil. Do they get a pass?
Hell
nah. You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody if this is good or evil. You better go to an elder. Go to 1 Corinthians 2 and 13. See, because this is the problem. Even if they don't get it, they're supposed to ask. Just because you're young don't excuse you. The scriptures say, let no man despise you in your youth. But give yourself to what? Doctrine, reading, exhortation, studying. I quote this in, that's Timothy. Give yourself to, let no man despise you in thy youth. Timothy or Titus. Read where you at.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14.
Go ahead.
But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit.
Yeah, see, this brute beast of a person, they ain't receiving the things of the Spirit because, for one, they don't want to. So they're going to do things subconsciously. When you don't want to study, bad things happen by accident. When you don't want to talk to your husband about the Bible, when he's in the Bible and y'all both go to class, bad things will happen without even trying. Bad things happen purposely, but a lot of more bad things will happen just by damn accident. Read.
Spirit of God.
Uh-huh.
They are foolishness unto him.
Yeah, because to this person, the things of the Most High are foolishness. It's like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Like, how the hell is that going to happen? Chariots. Christ is black? I don't believe that. It's foolishness to this person. Read.
Neither can he know them.
Go ahead.
Because they are spiritually discerned.
Yeah, because they don't know how to know the things of the Most High. They only know one thing, karma. They don't know the things of the Most High, which is spirit. Read verse 15.
But he that is spiritual.
Right, because this young widow is not. But it says, but he that is spiritual, read.
Judgeth all things.
Right. See, this young widow, she don't judge everything. And when she does, she judges wrong. So it's like, whatever conversation she feels like having, she don't think about the repercussions of her conversation or of her acts or of her example. The thought of the repercussion ain't there. Brothers do it too. Right? Read.
Yet he himself is judge of no man.
Right. But a person that's thinking in the spirit, ain't no man can tell him nothing. As far as, let me take that back. Then you got brothers that's going to be thinking like, oh, no man can tell me nothing. I'm righteous, huh? Excuse me. Let me retract my statement. let me bring that back. A man that's doing everything to do the right thing, he's not going to be looked at as wicked. He's not going to be judged as a wicked man. Because we can all improve. We always can be doing better. We're not perfect. Ain't none of us Job, right? Ain't none of us Job up in here. Okay? So when you're going through something, figure out what the hell it is that you're not doing right. Ain't nobody in here Job. I'm sorry. I don't care what you think, what you believe. When the Most High is checking you, it's because there's something that you're not doing. It ain't because you're a perfect man. And he's checking your perfectness and your uprightness and your integrity. No, you ain't got no integrity. That's why you getting checked. So we're going to throw that out the door. When you're doing things correctly, the right way, and trying to use the spirit, more often than none, a man can't come and say, you wicked. But he can still come and say, you know what? Hey, I was checking you out, and I see the way you did that, And if you did it like this way, and then you change that, you have a better result.
It's almost like because that man's already checking himself.
Because the man is already checking himself.
Right.
Through the script, right.
Right.
So now he can't be judged to the point of condemnation, like, oh, you wicked as hell.
Right.
But because he's already backing up the things that he's doing scripturally. Hey, man, I got a problem with my brother. I'm going to just hate that nigga. And then he comes back and says, well, it says in Matthew, if you got aught with your brother, you go to him. Oh, let me go to that man real quick, talk to him, and figure it out. And then we go from there. See, this man is always judging the spirit by his spirit.
Dog, I was gonna say. And how you know that person is judging the spirit by the spirit? Because he's in constant communication with his peers, his elders around him. You know what? I was thinking this, and this was on my mind. You know what I mean? This has been going on in my household, and this is how I was thinking to fix this, right? And then that elder, that brother, your peer, he's going to give you the right advice, and then you'll understand that you're being in that same spirit, the same like-minded.
Right. Yeah, it's real.
That's how you know if you're spiritually
discerned,
right?
Right, because you know that I got to counsel. When you know you're spiritually discerned, it don't matter how much you study, you know that you need to be taught.
You're still asking questions.
You can ask questions on, is this the right way to think?
Right.
Are you thinking the correct way?
Think about it.
Yeah.
The scriptures say when a man need to be a teacher, he needs to be taught again. These are the first principles. So even this man that's spiritually discerned, his sister, what is she doing? She might know, but she's going back and double checking, asking again. Hey, can you break that down again? Drop that again? Triple check. You triple check your checks, right? But see, this person is doing things because their senses are not exercised. Because they're not doing the things that it takes to get your senses exercised. They're not being around the right sister. They run from the elder sisters, right? Because they know them elder sisters are going to get them senses exercised. Right. Don't nobody want to deal with Obadiah.
Sure, watch now.
Don't nobody want to deal with Obadiah in that book. Because why? She gonna get you right. She gonna get your senses right on how to go through that book. You see, I always use Obadiah. I know she know how to go through that book. Ain't nobody running to her for conversation that's off. It's gonna be like, wait a minute, what? You might as well have the same conversation with your husband.
You better
because them scriptures fly out. You see? Because what she does is she gonna show you how to discern good and evil through that book. Now, some other sisters might be able to show you how to discern good and evil through just basic understanding. Some sisters got the gift of showing you through life experience. See, every sister got their gift. But the point is, this young widow, she ain't running to that. She running to the sisters that don't know a damn thing, that's going to feed in and just get lopsided and subverted and plucked up. Right. She going to what she can devour.
Right, you can't have your senses exercised if you're going to somebody inexperienced.
Yeah, you going to the fat personal trainer? Come on. How you going to go to the out-of-shape trainer?
But you gonna learn how to get fat with them?
You ain't going to the cat that's swole, that's cut up, that's going to have you on protein shakes and put your ass on a diet and make you work and push you. You ain't going to go to that. You going to go to the fat, flabby, and sick trainer that's just going to let you slack off and not push you and not guide you the right way. Y'all get that? I got a few more. I got like 4 more scriptures and then I'm going to let y'all ride. So, we understand this person's senses are not exercised. They're not doing the things that it takes to exercise their senses, but there's an issue. There's an issue of pride. There's an issue of pride where now the things you do and say bring forth poor judgment.
Right, because when you go in the Apocrypha, it says pride is the beginning when one departs from the Most High, right? Come. So when that wisdom departs from the Most High, wisdom will not enter into your malicious spirit.
And you can't discern anything.
And you're spiritually, you can't discern anything spiritual.
Go to 1 Timothy 6 and 4. See, this person, they think they know something. They think they're on a level. Like, yeah, me and my husband, we talked about that. I got that on lock. We talked about that situation. He's gonna bow to me.
We had an agreement.
We had an agreement.
He knows.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the sisters. Yeah, I can't. I don't need to be around them because I got it. Well, what does Timothy say? Read.
1 Timothy 6, verse 4.
Go ahead.
He is proud.
They're what?
Proud.
She's what?
Proud.
The young widow is what?
Proud.
Read.
Knowing nothing.
Yeah, you don't know a damn thing. You don't know anything. Read.
But doubting about questions.
But you just asking whack questions to get something started. Hey, sis, did you know that this man had like some other things going on in his life? Did he tell you? Read.
And strifes of words.
Yeah, you going around strifes of words. You building strife with your words. Go ahead.
Whereof cometh envy.
Yeah, now you envious of sisters. They got something that you ain't got. Now you envy. You jealous. Read.
Strife.
Go ahead.
Railing.
Go ahead.
Evil submersions.
Surmising. Read. Somebody give me the definition of that. Read verse 5.
Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds.
Yeah. You got this corrupt mind, and then you're corrupting others. Read.
And destitute of the truth.
You're what?
Destitute of the truth.
No, you're destitute. You're lacking something. You're destitute of the truth. Read on.
Supposing that gain is godliness.
Supposing that the things that you don't have, that you want, is godliness. Supposing that because somebody has something that the Most High is doing more for them and not for you. No. The scriptures say contentment with righteousness is godliness. Being content with what you have or don't have with righteousness, that's godliness. Not looking about what a man has and wishing you had it and thinking that the Most High is dealing with him more or hates you more or hates him less because of what you have and don't have. Read.
From such withdraw thyself.
Do what?
Withdraw thyself.
Yeah, you're supposed to pull away from this person. Hebrews 3 and 12. Hebrews 3 and 12.
Hebrews chapter 3, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Take heed, brethren.
Yeah, we're supposed to watch out. Go ahead.
Lest there be in any of you an evil heart.
Go ahead.
Of unbelief.
Yeah, see, this person's an unbeliever. That pride out of not believing the things that are true. Read.
In departing from the living power.
Yeah, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High. Read on.
Verse 13. But exhort one another daily.
See, this person's supposed to be exhorting and being exhorted daily. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Read on.
While it is called today.
Go ahead.
Lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
Yeah, it's just like Pharaoh. Pharaoh's heart was hardened through pride. And then what did it cause him to do? It caused him to sin. Same with this person. Their heart is hardened through pride, through their own vain opinion, through thinking that they know something. Go to Ephesians 4 and 17. I got one more after this and then we're done.
What was it again?
Ephesians 4 and 17 through 20.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
This I say therefore.
Go ahead.
And testify in the Lord. That ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk.
Yeah, we ain't supposed to be walking as the Gentiles walk. How do they walk? Read.
In vanity of their mind.
The vanity of your mind got you spitting out vain conversation. Read on.
Having the understanding darkened.
This person's understanding is now darkened because of their pride. They don't want to come into the light. So what now what they're in? They're in the condemnation state. But read on.
Being alienated.
Being what?
Alienated.
Became a what?
Alienated.
Go ahead.
From the light of God through the ignorance.
She's what?
Through the ignorance.
Read on.
That is in them.
Yeah, see, now you're cut off because of your ignorance. Ephesians 4 and 17. Now we're cut off because of your ignorance. Read on.
Because of the blindness of their heart.
Yeah, because your heart is blinded because of that pride. That pride is blinding you, making you think you know something, making you think you got the situations on lock. You ain't using no wisdom, but it's just pride built up in you. Read on.
Verse 19. Who being past feeling, having given themselves over unto lasciviousness.
Yeah, you didn't give yourself over to the brethren. You didn't even give yourself over to your husband. You haven't even given yourself over to your husband. But you give yourself to lasciviousness, to the lust in your mind. You gave yourself over to pride. We got to think about that. Some of y'all haven't even fully committed to your husbands yet. You fornicating in your mind with yourself. Some of us haven't even, think about that. Some of us haven't even fully given ourselves over to our husband. Some sisters. Because why? Your vain opinion of pride darkened your understanding. It darkens your mind. It darkens your conscience. It made you think things that aren't. Read on.
Come, to work all uncleanness with greediness.
You see that? Uncleanness and greediness. This is what the lasciviousness brought. Where you at?
That was Ephesians, the end of 19.
Verse 20.
Oh, verse 20.
Verse 20. But ye have not so learned Christ.
Yeah, this person hasn't learned Christ. But they haven't taken the time to. It's almost like they don't want to. You haven't learned Christ. That's why you in lust. That's why you in lasciviousness. That's why you in backbiting. I got one more. Go to Jude. Go to Jude 1 and 20. That was 19. Jude 1 and 19. Jude 17. Jude 1 and 17. Excuse me. Wow. So now that your pride is set in, you don't want to hear nothing. You don't want to listen. You hate everybody. You don't want to do nothing for your husband. You don't want to do nothing for the school. You just want to do something for you. You're in separation mode. You don't want to do nothing for nobody but you.
You're always busy.
You're always busy. I got 2 jobs. I always got my family this, my back, my neck, my legs, my feet, my head, my job, my kids, my ovaries, my
hair's growing.
My pride. Yeah, my hair is grown so I can't show up. All that.
My cramps.
Yeah, whatever, man. They just make any stupid ass excuse to not be around. Read verse 17.
But beloved, remember ye the words which were spoken before of the apostles of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua.
Go ahead.
Have that they told you there should be mockers in the last time.
Yeah, you become a mocker. Then you become a mocker. And you might not do it openly, but you do it secretly.
God, in your mind, you like, well, let the Most High check me then.
Let the Most High check me. Yeah, it's like, sis, get right, get you my. I'm gonna let the Most High just check me. I'm gonna deal with the Most High. You ain't Christ. All right. So you want to mock? Go ahead.
Who should walk after their own ungodly lusts.
You walking after your own ungodly lusts. Go ahead.
These be they who separate themselves.
They do what?
Separate themselves.
Yeah. You separate yourself. Remember that. You are separating yourself. Read.
Sensual.
You're what?
Sensual.
Carnal. In your damn feelings. Crying. Crybaby. Oh, what about me? Woe is me. You're sensual. Read.
Having not the Spirit.
And this is not the Spirit, ladies and gentlemen. You got to remember that. Are there any questions? I'll drop my mic, dude. You can't say nothing after that. I did a mic drop. No, I'm just playing.
Philippians chapter 3, verse 19.
Philippians what?
3, verse 19.
Philippians chapter 3, verse 19.
Because these people are sensual, right? And not having the Spirit, right? They're ungodly. They're lust. Huh?
Come on.
Go ahead.
Whose end is destruction.
Because that end person who's sensual and who's disconnected away from the Most High, their end is destruction. Why? Go ahead.
Whose God is their belly.
Because that's why they're sensual. They're caught up in how they feel and what's better for them, and how they see things and how they view things. So their end is destruction because that's all they're concerned about. Me, myself, and I. I feel, I think, I thought, and your end is going to be destruction. Why? Because you're already thinking in your mind like, well, let the Most High strike me down. You're already a mocker. It says in Ecclesiastes, in the Bible, it says because judgment is not executed swiftly, expediently, it's set in the heart of those to do evil. Well, you think because the ground doesn't swallow you up in there and right now, you can mock. You got tomorrow.
Any questions? You understand what's going on? Is it clear and concise? Clear and, that's the word, concise. Right? But bring those back on Friday. And then, yeah, get those on Friday. We'll get those in the first hour. But for right now, if there's no questions in class, nothing online, we thank you all for joining us. Again, if you have any alms that you want to send, any priest offerings, we have the bank account under Wells Fargo Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge, account number 101-580-6167. We also have our Google Wallet. You can send money to that. It is isbhpk@gmail.com. Remember the brothers in Trinidad, they've been out there a month now. It's been a month, man, that was a big month. The brothers need books. We've gotten some apocryphers that we're gonna get sent down, all right? They need more, they need at least 20 apocryphers, 20 Bibles, Zondervans, Bible on Timbuktus, okay? So if y'all can get a hold of some books, you can get them over here to the school, or if you want to ship them we get them over here to the school and we'll do the rest. 8524 South Bracewood Boulevard, Houston, Texas 77071. All right, but with that, we are going to say shalom.
Shalom.
Thank you for joining us. I'll send you that.
Yeah.